Edward Newgate, the white beard, was drinking with a jug of wine. "Father, this is Lin Tian's latest bounty." Marco also handed the bounty to Whitebeard. Buybeard took over Lin Tian's bounty and smiled. "Gu la 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 Lin Tian. This guy is unwilling to be my son, and now he has become the 5 emperors. It's really interesting. I would like to have a good drink with him last time." Whitebeard said indifferently. "Father, your body should drink less." Marco also persuaded him when he saw it. "I can live for 100. I have a white beard. Hey." Buybeard also didn't listen to anyone's persuasion, and poured a jar of wine directly into his belly. "Father, that person has been fighting with Jinping for 5 days and 5 nights. Marco is also a little anxious. Just 5 days ago, Shinpei arrived on the Moby Dick. Had to challenge Whitebeard, but it was a pity that he was stopped by Jinpei, so Ace and Jinpei fought for 5 days and 5 nights. Diamond Joes suddenly saw that Ace and Jinping were both down, so he also shouted, "They are over, they are all down. Gu la 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 la. I have long heard that there is an arrogant kid named Ace. I will meet him." Then Whitebeard regained Ace. At this time, the Reaper, which Lin Tian and his team was riding, also landed on the island covered in flames Punk Hassad in a storm. It seems that the record pointer does not point to Punk Hassad at all. The place is not where we go to the next island. Nuokagao also understands now. Lin Tian's goal has long been Punk Hassad. "How are we going?" Ain asked. "Is it necessary to use the power of the Golden Lion's fluttering fruit?" Kuzan reacted immediately. "I have awakened Piao Piao fruit. This thing is now called gravitational fruit. Let's go." As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, he directly controlled the Reaper and flew over a sea of flames in Punk Hazard. "Oh my god." Ain also yelled in surprise, "Ah." Kuzan said, "What an interesting ability." Then the Reaper landed safely on land. Ice Age. Kuzan directly used his own big move and blocked the sea of flames near the death. Lin Tian nodded when he saw this. "Let's go." A total of 10 people, 10, walked into the entrance of Punk Hassad. This island seems to say that Robin says no entry is allowed. Danger, no entry, there are signs of the Navy in the world government. Freud also observed the iron gate at the entrance. This used to be the research base of Vegapunk, but it is now abandoned. Kuzan explained. "Fall back." Ain directly closed the steel door. Everyone continued to walk. "Really, it's all made of Sakaski's rockberries, it's so hot." Kuzan complained, and then followed Lin Tian. Came to the ruins. "It seems that the government's research has been abandoned," Nuokagao said. "Take these hate first. Get rid of the flames." Ice Age. Kuzan also directly used his large-scale big move. In an instant, the surrounding fire disappeared under Kuzan's big move. "Yeah. Something is coming." As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, a huge dinosaur appeared. Oh. The winged dragon was extremely large and drooling, but none of Lin Tian and his party were afraid. Oh. This is when the dragon began to roar again, and then an extremely hot fireball protruded from its mouth, instantly turning the surrounding area into a sea of fire. Is this really a dragon? Isn't it a fantasy creature? Perona couldn't help but vomit. But although it is unbelievable, it actually appeared in front of us. Xiaohachi is also about to be baked into small octopus balls. Ice wall. Kuzan also directly summoned an ice wall to separate the fire-breathing dragon from his friends. This kind of creature shouldn't exist. Freud also wanted to break his head and couldn't believe that the real fire-breathing dragon stood in front of him. Kill him anyway. Lin Tian immediately appeared in front of the fire-breathing dragon. Absolutely zero. Lin Tian also used the ability of the extremely frozen fruit, and instantly frozen the fire-breathing dragon's body and everything around it into ice. When Kuzan saw this, he touched his head and exclaimed, "Brother Lin Tian, how come you are so much stronger than me?" Lin Tian pointed to the puzzle and said, "This is the awakening of the nature element. Each fruit can reach 100% development, and the nature element is no exception. Although you are the strength of a general, I estimate that if you fight against the 4 emperors level, 9 out of 10, you will lose." Kuzan was surprised and said, "The nature element can also be awakened. I have only seen the awakening of the Superman element. I saw your fruit awakening today. I believe that the natural element can really be awakened. I am ashamed." "It doesn't matter. The awakening of the nature department itself is not a simple matter. Let's move on. This time, just listen to my instructions at any time." Lin Tian also continued to walk deep into the depths with his companions. "What? The one in front is an iceberg," Perona also complained. After the flame went out, the iceberg naturally appeared in everyone's eyes. Across a lake, there is a snow mountain on the other side. Freud said, "What a magical environment." Robin said, "I haven't seen such a situation. but here I can feel the temperature of the iceberg on the opposite side. Guina said too. Haha, the high temperature and flames here are because of Sakaski, and the other side is because of my ability to freeze fruits. I played a little too much. I am embarrassed that Kuzan also directly chose to apologize, and everyone has no choice. Tukao. I always feel that there are guys around who are watching our Freud sites, and I also feel that there is a person nearby. Is that right? I feel it too, don't worry about her, she is the enemy of reconnaissance intelligence. Lin Tian said indifferently. Go on, our goal hasn't appeared yet. Invaders, a total of 10 people. Seeing Lin Tian and his group, the scouts also directly conveyed the information to their superiors. Really, this is really looking forward to it, be careful. To understanding. So Lin Tian and his gang were soon surrounded by a group of people. You are the invaders. A group of people whose upper body was human and lower body were animals launched an attack on Lin Tian and the group. The final result is very clear, that is, Lin Tian and the group easily abused this group of people. Before this group had time to make a move, they were defeated by Lin Tian and his team. Next, let me use my ability to send you all over. Kuzan also said, ready to use the Ice Age to freeze a path. Instead, Lin Tian shook his head and said, don't be so troublesome, group teleportation. Lin Tian directly used the ability of the lightning fruit, and when he reappeared, he had reached the opposite bank of the lake. This is teleporting and it can teleport with so many people. What a magical ability. Ain couldn't help but praised. It's so familiar, isn't this the awakening of glitter fruit? Kuzan also guessed. Yup. Lin Tian explained. The final awakening of the natural fruit is very powerful, and it will even evolve into other fruits. However, after arriving on the other side, Lin Tian and his team discovered that a group of enemies had their backs to Lin Tian and them. What? I ran behind us. Our boss is a big pirate who once had 8 million Baileys. Enlighten. My T-beard will send you to hell, ha ha ha. A big beard wearing a pirate hat and a big knife arrogantly smiled. His huge body made him stand out in front of the others, and the other pirates were half humans and half beasts, waiting for the arrival of Lin Tian and his party aggressively. Go. T-beard ordered. This is not Captain Lao Lintian, let me come. Ain also took the initiative to attack, and the ability to spur the regressive fruit also used the shave in the 6 styles to attack the T-beard and others. So fast. Send a woman to fight. It's ridiculous. Ain directly touched various cannonballs flying towards her with his hands, and finally the cannonballs disappeared instantly. What's going on? Cannonballs turned out to be. T-beard was also shocked. Everyone shot me at her. All the pirates raised their rifles and shells and attacked Ain. Who knows that Ain is not weak in seeing and hearing, and dealing with these things is simply a familiarity, and all the shells disappeared in less than 10 seconds. Ain also directly encountered all the countless people, and countless people directly incarnate as children. What? What happened? T-beard was also shocked, but in the end he was directly turned back into a child under Ain's touch. Damn it. You fellow. Wow. Xiaochabeard also cried directly, and all of them were killed by Ain in less than half a minute. Okay, don't worry about them, let's move on. Lin Tian waved his hand indifferently. What a terrifying ability. If you are touched many times, it will disappear directly. Freud also sighed. Let's go. Kuzan also continued to follow. Lin Tian also directly used the ability of the star fruit to radiate heat, and the temperature has also increased a lot, and the friends near Lin Tian will not freeze to death. After a while, Lin Tian and his group walked to a secret facility. It's here, our goal is. Lin Tian pointed to a facility in front of him and said. But there seems to be a very unusual guest. Lin Tian also smiled and said. Unexpectedly, in order to be consistent with the original work, you still worked hard to get here, Luo. It's so easy to guess me. The 5 Emperors Lin Tian really deserves a reputation. One person walked out of the inside of the facility. This man wears a spotted fluffy hat, his left hand is against his own knife, and under his calm face, he doesn't know what he is thinking. Trafalgaro, one of the 7 Wuhai under the new king, how could he appear here? Kuzan couldn't help but said when he saw Luo. This is not the point. It seems that Captain Lin Tian has long known that this island is unusual, and Ain can't help but complain. The boss is always an unpredictable prophet, and has never missed it. It may be that the domineering practice of seeing and hearing has reached the point of unpredictability. Xiao Ba also took it for granted. In order to become Kiwahai, I sent the hearts of 100 pirates to the headquarters of the navy. Luo, what is your purpose? Kuzan looked at Luo and asked. Luo was obviously shocked when he saw Kuzan. You are a green pheasant. Why are you here? Immediately, Luo also nervously wanted to pull out his own knife. Luo, don't be nervous, there has been no green pheasant in this world for a long time, only my crew member Kuzan, he is now my crew member. Lin Tian also said indifferently. Luo did not put down his guard, and his heart was even more shocked. Lin Tian, this guy, even the green pheasant of the 3 naval generals once got him on board as a crew member is even more terrifying. Luo, let me in, you can't stop me, Lin Tian also said indifferently. Luo also said wittily, Lin Tian can be the master, but can you promise me a small request? Lin Tian also frowned and said, are you threatening me? Lin Tian looked at Luo, making Luo feel as if he was surrounded by countless evil spirits, full of fear. Forget it. Lin Tian also eased Luo's nervous and awkward emotions. What do you want me to do? I know it, Doflamingo, right? Originally, my goal was Kaido and kill Doflamingo and then kill Kaido. You don't have to beg me, just let the way open. Luo was shocked again. He never thought that he hadn't said anything, and Lin Tian had guessed all the monologues in his heart. Well, since it's like that, I'll get out of it. Luo also followed Lin Tian and his party wisely. Let's talk about the next goal. The scientist Kaiser Current, he is a colleague of Vegapunk, a gas fruit capable person. Lin Tian said as he walked. In another place, a mysterious voice was calling the worm. Hirurulu has obtained permission to kill, no matter who dies here, he will settle for me and catch all the guys that can be caught. The more subjects the better. It was Caesar Current who spoke. Yes, master. But if you don't act honestly, you can kill with poison. Where did Luo go? Just out of the room. Forget it. This time the enemy is so interesting, don't force it. Their total bounty is more than 10 billion. Although it is known as the 5th emperor of the New World, but how much water there is, I don't know. As far as I know, the reason why the bounty is so high is because the navy wants to let the emperor targeted them, but within 2 years they disappeared without a trace, so the strength may exceed the general, but it will not be your opponent. You are still so hard-working. Monet. Caesar Current praised. Lin Tian and his party entered the secret base, and Lin Tian, who was familiar with the plot, began to explain to everyone. This was originally the experimental facility of the government scientist Vegapunk. It was a site for continuous weapons and drug development experiments. Some prisoners were not sent to prison, but were taken to this island. They were treated as human experiments, but the chemical laboratory exploded a few years ago, and the ecology on the island was directly destroyed, and many of the prisoners died. Later, they hid in the only formed 3rd Research Institute. Here, people who are not dead have lost their freedom because of nerve gas, and the island has been filled with poisonous gas. Luo also walked behind and said, using my abilities, this gave them legs. Well, it's the people who just called the T-Beard. Kuzan also said. Then why does a creature like a dragon really exist? Perona asked. It was made by Vegapunk to protect the artificial creatures of this island. But our target this time is the former colleague of Vegapunk, Caesar Current, who caused the explosion in the gas leak. His thoughts are cruel and inhuman. There are still many tragic and secret experiments on this island. Kuzan, don't you think you can't stop him too much? Lin Tian's meaning was obvious. Kuzan also nodded and said, I have heard of this person. It is said that he once escaped in a prison ship. If this is the case, I will naturally fight as best as I can. Well, I'm so glad you can answer like this. Lin Tian continued. Well, since you agree to fight, then we are divided into 3 teams. Lin Tian began to plan. Caesar Current has 3 studies. The first is a study on artificial devil fruits. This study is closely related to Tenyasha Doflamingo in the Kiwahai. After Lin Tian finished talking about the first item, it was obvious that Luo's mood was a bit wrong. Lin Tian continued. On the bright side, it is Doflamingo, but there are many things involved behind it. Doflamingo is just an intermediary. The real buyer is Kaido, the beast among the 4 emperors. What? Kuzan was also surprised and said, so many things are involved, the navy. Oh, the navy naturally doesn't know these obscure things. The transactions in the underground world are extremely hidden. Even Doflamingo claims to be careful. The navy had to open one eye and close one eye. Lin Tian, who is familiar with the plot, is naturally fully aware of the various darkness behind it. So, what is the second study? Guina asked. Lin Tian also continued. The second is the study of the hugeness of mankind. The world government has been conducting it hundreds of years ago. As long as it can produce as many soldiers as it wants, it can be invincible. Caesar Current abducted a lot of children to do experiments, and the children became very huge. This research is even more horrible, and the truth is that in addition to the government, another person also hopes that this research will succeed. This person is also no stranger to everyone, as also one of the 4 emperors who rule the world. Charlotte Lingling. Lin Tian shocked everyone around him every word. Why? Is there any purpose for the four emperors to do such a terrible thing? Freud also asked puzzledly. Yes. So many innocent people, are they just like this? Nuokagao also burst into tears in an instant. Lin Tian is the head of the house. Is it true that what you said is true? I only know the relationship between K. Dover and Caesar, but I didn't expect it to have something to do with it. Also shocked. Boss. What is their purpose? Xiao Ba asked. Esbaku, Robin and Ain were also staring at Lin Tian, waiting for Lin Tian's answer. In the end, Lin Tian replied. Kaido is to form his own group of beasts and pirates. He needs a large number of animal demon fruit abilities to enhance his strength. My aunt accidentally killed the giants. There are no members of the giants in the family. In short, for various reasons, she needs this huge research, and eventually she participated in it. Those huge kids are in the biscuit room. Freud must be involved. Lin Tian said. The third research is about poison gas. In order to prove that he is better than Vegapunk and gain huge benefits, Caesar Current developed a poison gas weapon called the Kingdom of Death, a weapon of mass killing. This research has been completed. If the peddling is successful, how many innocent people in the world will die? Everyone knows that although we are not pirates who rescue the dead, our goal is to kill Caesar, so, Kuzan, do you? Lin Tian asked. I can count it, but leave it to me, it's absolutely no problem. Kuzan also readily accepted. Now let's talk about the mission. The first team, destroy the artificial fruit. The second team, rescue the innocent children being tested. The third team, prevent the destruction of the Kingdom of Death. Ultimately, we will capture the evil scientist alive, Caesar Current. Is there a problem? Lin Tian looked around at the 9 friends beside him and asked. No problem. Let's start grouping. The first team, the captain, I take the lead, Xiao Ba, Espagu and me, destroy the research of artificial devil fruit. The second team, Captain Guina, Floyd, Ain, Perona, you 4 rescue the subject together. The third team, Captain Kuzan, Nokagao, Robin, you 3 are responsible for destroying and preventing the death of the kingdom, as well as clearing Caesar's external support. Is that okay? Lin Tian asked. Lin Tian is the master, what about me? Luo also asked awkwardly. Sorry to forget you, do you want to act together? Lin Tian asked. Of course Dover is the enemy, and Caesar is naturally my enemy. Luo said with certainty. Then you will be the third team. Together with Kuzan, there will be some troublesome enemies. You can solve it with them. Lin Tian thought about it for a while. Good. Lin Tian is headed. Luo also walked over to Kuzan. Finally, after the task is completed, Caesar Current will be captured alive. He is a natural gas fruit capable person with a bounty of 300 million Baileys. His abilities are more tricky and he will use the domineering start of action. After Lin Tian finished speaking, he immediately turned on teleport, and the 3 of Zauba and Espagu entered the interior of Caesar's secret base. And Caesar also started his own plan. Go. Smiley. Kill Lin Tian, the god of death. My weapon is on fire. Caesar said enthusiastically. The master said, there is an intruder. Look. There are 4 figures in front of you. It looks like the intruder. Catch them. The first team has teleported inside, and the second team has also rushed to the cookie house, Lin Tian said. The only remaining team is the third team that has just entered. The captains of this team are Kuzan, Nochigo, Robin and Trafalgaro. Brother Luo, sister Nuokagao and Robin, let's follow Captain Lin Tian's arrangements. These pirates are also criminals stained with countless blood, let's kill them. Kuzan also rushed up with a few others without saying a word. Kuzan is the strength of a general, Nuokagao and Robin are also the strength of the emperor's deputy level, even Luo is also the strength of Kiwahai. Naturally it is easy to deal with a group of people, but less than 10 seconds, all of them or it fell to the ground. The head of Kuzan. There seems to be something outside. Luo also noticed some unusual sounds outside. Robin and Nuokagao went out, saw the red jelly-like thing flying in the sky, and said in confusion, what is this? Luo reacted quickly and shouted. After that, the red jelly that fell into the crowd was directly transferred to the ground. Be careful. These should be Smiley. Luo was extremely cautious. Kuzan also frowned and said, this is troublesome, this poison gas turned into this form. Freezing time. Kuzan didn't say a big move directly, and Smiley was instantly frozen in the ice. Again. Nuokagao reminded. Then he also directly released a trick, shouting, blade of sand. Nuohigo's natural slash instantly flew several Smiley from a distance. Cut in half. Who knows that these Smiley are not afraid of breaking at all, and they finally merged. It seems that slashing is ineffective, and these things can't be touched. Luo prompted. What a dangerous thing. Robin also sighed. Then freeze them temporarily, Kuzan shouted, freeze. Afterwards, Smiley, who flew to the vicinity of 4-person 4, was frozen into ice sculptures. It seems that this is not a long-term solution. Even if it is in the ice, it can't resist the weird things for a long time. The corrosive Kuzan is also certain. At present, it can only be delayed temporarily. It seems that they are going to merge into one huge body. Let's try our best not to let him complete the fusion, buy time for others. Subsequently, the 4 members of the third Team 4 also started the battle against reinforcements and delaying Smiley. It's so big, Snowman. Nuokagao also found 2 huge snowmen suddenly, and said in surprise. Although it's big, it doesn't feel strong. Kuzan was busy freezing Smiley, and a group of people came around. Robin was also dealing with it, and Nuokagao and Luo finally shot. Abattoir. Erosion reincarnation. 2 people put 1 in each. Killed the Yeti brothers directly. This harmless little girl is so strong. Luo was also terrified. Looking at the absorbed moisture on the ground, Luo couldn't help but sigh. I thought that Lin Tian was just a strong individual. Now, it seems that every one of his subordinates is better than the ordinary Kiwahai. It was also the one who put away the knife and started brushing again with Nuoki Gao to come to support. In a short while, countless Caesar's men fell around. Good job. Keep it up. We have to work hard to hold down this so-called Smiley poison gas. 4 people 4 continued to complete the tasks assigned to them. And the second team's Guina, Ain, Perona and Freud have also found the cookie house. Seeing that many children around became huge, the 4 of them couldn't help but feel a little heartache. It's so cruel and inhuman. There will be such a horrible thing happening. Ain also squeezed his fist. How do we save these children? Perona asked. May have to take a blood test, I don't know if they have. Poisoned Freud also took out the medical equipment he had with him, took a tube of blood, and quickly found out the children's condition. Freud was also a little angry and said, this Caesar current is really a bastard. These children are all infected with drug addiction. You can't cope with this situation if you look at a cure. I have to live, develop a tranquilizer, and go on. Only the ship can really study the antidote. Seeing that the situation is urgent, Guina Ain Perona's 3 people also have a clear division of labor. Ain guarded the door, Perona and Guina guarded the children and Freud. Someone has entered the biscuit room. There are intruders, go and catch them. Who are you? Ain saw this group of weird people wearing gas masks, and naturally knew that these were Caesar's subordinates, and Ain also ruthlessly directly spurred the fruit ability. 3 punches and 2 kicks turned the people in front of him into a few years old. However, at this moment, the giant children are awakening one after another. The first thing they do after they wake up is to find candies, and they are all grumpy, like a drug addiction. Quick. Control them. The sedative is not good yet. Freud couldn't be distracted either, studying the tranquilizer carefully. Guina couldn't pull out. Sleeve Shirayuki hacked and killed the children. Leave it to me. It's better than killing them or being killed by them. Negative ghost. Perona directly summoned her negative ghost to fly towards the frantic children. I want candy. Master, where are you? You can't live without candy. After the negative ghosts passed through the bodies of these children, they instantly lost the ability to resist, and fell to the ground in various negativity. This is the first time I have discovered that even negative emotions can save lives. Seeing the pressure disappear, Guina couldn't help but joked. Freud finally succeeded in manufacturing the sedative, so that all the children were injected, and the children calmed down and won't go crazy for the time being. After the children woke up, they all became conscious and expressed their desire to go home. Don't worry. When all this is over, I will definitely send you home. Ain also couldn't bear to say that as a member of the Navy, Ain was naturally a person with a sense of justice. Guina also nodded, and finally completed the task with Perona, Ain, and Freud successfully and rescued the children. Lin Tian of the first team did not go so smoothly. He teleported to Caesar's room. He did not expect that not only Birdman Monet was there, but also Caesar, and the most important thing was an unexpected figure. There are 3 people in front of me, one with long dark purple-blue hair and a horn-like ornament on the head. The decoration looks like a ghost, the coat on the body looks like a gas, and the inside is wearing a diagonal striped formal dress with a hand. Black gloves with lettering. Lin Tian knew that the person in front of him was the leader, and this time his target was Caesar Curran. The woman next to him has long grass-green wavy hair, golden pupils, and her left eye is covered by bangs from time to time. She is a beauty with a graceful figure. And her hands and feet were the wings and claws of birds. Seeing this person, Lin Tian naturally knew that his true identity was Don Quixote Flamenco's man. Looking at the third person, he is also very familiar. He is wearing a plaid coat and sunglasses, with lightning-shaped sideburns on both sides of his face, and bamboo on his hand. Lin Tian naturally knew that the man in front of him was the undercover that Doflamingo ordered to lurch in the Navy for decades, Guzu Virgo. Hey! 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 You will find here before you arrive, Lin Tian. Caesar Curran saw that Lin Tian not only had no fear at all, but he also appeared confident and dependent. Oh! You will be very good experimenters. Is there another Murloc? Caesar Curran also saw Xiaohachi. Virgo, leave it to you. After that, Caesar Curran wanted to leave, but was stopped by Lin Tian. The way to stop it is also very simple. Lin Tian teleported directly to Caesar's side. Is this the ability to teleport? It's really interesting. Caesar Curran knew that he couldn't escape for a while and planned to fight Lin Tian. Esbagu is against Monet, and Xiao Ba is against Virgo. It turns out to be the 5 famous ministers, Lieutenant General Virgo. Since you appear here, it means that I already know my movements. Lin Tian also said with a smile. Please call me Mr. Virgo, I just dropped in here. Virgo said. Ha, ha, I think you know quite a lot, then I can't keep you in this situation. Before Caesar Curran finished speaking, he began to attack Lin Tian. Gas lasso. Caesar directly used gas to materialize and tried to trap Lin Tian. But how could the Lin Tian be easily caught at a speed faster than the speed of light, and his domineering behavior has reached the level of predicting the future, so Caesar's gas lasso did not catch Lin Tian at all. Shen Luo Tianzheng. Lin Tian directly burst the eyes of reincarnation, and the powerful repulsion shot Caesar out in an instant. How come? As a gas person, I will be attacked to what is going on. Caesar cried out in disbelief. It seems that even gas will be affected by repulsion. Lin Tian also nodded and said to the embarrassed Caesar. As a gas fruit-capable person, you are naturally restrained by me. Do you want to know the reason? Don't speak big words there. You just have some strange abilities. Caesar Curran didn't believe it at all. Things would be like Lin Tian said. Explosive castanets. Caesar Curran directly addressed Lin Tian, and Lin Tian naturally knew that the big explosion was about to come, and he also directly used the blur. Boom boom boom. Lin Tian's gas explosion occurred. Hey. 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 He's still talking big words. I'm not exploding to death now. Caesar Curran smiled triumphantly, but it didn't take long for him to smile. Because Lin Tianzheng is finished, she looked at him with a smile in front of him without loss. How can it be? Caesar also couldn't believe it. My gas exploded. Why was he unharmed? This must be an accident. Caesar Curran threw out all the castanets in his hand in desperation. See how you escape this time. Caesar Curran threw the castanets at Lin Tian without believing in evil, and then detonated them one after another. However, Lin Tian can continue to keep his body virtual, so he is still unharmed. But Caesar Curran couldn't stand it anymore. Lin Tian, who was still unscathed, was shocked as he watched the smoke dissipate. Impossible. Why are you immune to my attacks? I don't believe you won't breathe. A world without void. Caesar evacuated the surrounding air directly. However, Lin Tian still looked at Caesar with a smile and said with hatred, oh, it sucks the surroundings into a vacuum, right? But it still has no effect at all for me. Upon seeing this, Caesar also understood the problem. Is it possible that you have the ability to have space? So smart. Give you a reward. Lin Tian also hit Caesar with a punch after he was armed and hardened. Hey. 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 You will suffocate as you materialize. If you want not to get hurt, you can't touch me. Right. This is the weakness of your fruit ability. Caesar Curran smiled arrogantly, but the self-righteous Caesar didn't expect that not only can the blur be fully blur, but also a certain part of the body can be controlled to blur. Therefore, Lin Tian directly materialized his arm, covering the arm with the armed color, and then also hit the abdomen of Caesar Curran sturdily. Oh. After Caesar Curran got Lin Tian's heavy punch, his entire mind was stunned. Are you called Virgo? Did you eat a hamburger? Xiao Ba asked. How do you know? Virgo asked. You have a steak on your left cheek. I look very uncomfortable. Oh, Virgo said and ate the steak. Stop talking nonsense. Let's start fighting. Xiao Ba also woke up 6 knives without saying a word and went to war with Virgo. Armed color hardened. Zauba and Wilgo have been covered in armed colors. Shave. Yubu, pointing to the gun. Virgo Navy's 6th form is well mastered, and the armed color is domineering enough to cover the whole body, so the defense is amazing. This guy. The strength is very powerful. Virgo also frowned. Presumably, I'm afraid this guy has the same strength as the general. Xiao Ba has the look and hearing color and the armed color, and has a lot of powerful sword skills, so he also has the upper hand. The battle between Esbaku and Monet is also in full swing. As a natural ability person of Shueishigo, Monet's strength can be said to be relatively strong, and his strength may barely reach the level of Kiwahai, but against the sub-level of the battle Emperor Esbagu is somewhat difficult. Empty piercing hammer. Esbagu directly used space power to attack Monet back and forth, and even Monet could not defend against the armored hammer. Igloo. Monet's urging ability directly created an igloo with strong defense, but it is a pity that space attacks can ignore the defense. In an instant, Esbagu had entered the igloo and fought with Monet. Not bad. Monet licked his tongue and praised him when he saw Esbagu entering his igloo. Burning. Caesar also took out 2 matches directly, and flames were burning on the matches, Miokvas. After all, Caesar controlled the surrounding oxygen to make the flame in his hand huge, and then threw it towards Lin Tien. Lin Tien completely ignored it, because the surrounding flames didn't burn to the point that he just blocked his actions. "Oh Caesar, what do you want?" Lin Tien also showed a curious smile. No empty world. Caesar also evacuated the surrounding oxygen again. However, Lin Tien still did not suffocate. "It seems that you still don't give up. Caesar, don't you see that this trick doesn't work for me at all?" Humph. Green flame sword. Caesar summoned a cyan sword, and then controlled oxygen to directly surround Lin Tien with flames burning everywhere. Sholalululan. No matter how strong you are, I don't believe you can escape here. After that, Caesar also quickly flew towards Lin Tien, and then swung the Qingyan sword in his hand. However, Lin Tien smiled and shook his head, and then tilted his body slightly before avoiding Caesar's attack. Explosive castanets. Caesar squeezed the air around Lin Tien again, but Lin Tien remained motionless, and Caesar's attack was again ineffective against Lin Tien. How could this happen? How on earth did you do it? How can you be immune to my attacks? Caesar also couldn't figure it out at all. Hey, as I said, your attack is of no use to me. Lin Tien also sighed, and Caesar took the castanets in his hand in a desperate way and shouted, "I don't believe it. The explosive castanets. The explosive castanets. Explosive castanets." The surrounding air bursts began again and again, but Lin Tien always maintained the same posture. After a burst of smoke, Lin Tien was still the same. Lin Tien, Caesar had already doubted life. Even if I drew off the oxygen, it still breathes normally, and my explosive castanets have no effect on him at all. He seems to have done nothing. What the hell is going on? Damn it. Caesar couldn't figure it out, and the Qingyan sword in his hand waved again and attacked Lin Tien. Lin Tien saw the domineering turn on and avoided all Caesar's attacks. He seems to be able to foresee all my attacks. By this means, he can ignore my attacks, so why should he avoid my attacks? In other words, my attacks should be able to attack him. Just grasp the timing. Caesar also just figured out Lin Tien's routine. How could Lin Tien not know what Caesar was going to do, but he pretended that he didn't know anything. While avoiding Caesar's melee attack, Caesar unexpectedly quickly launched Wukong World. This guy is also very responsive, and you can see that I am not blurry, so let's play with him for a while. Then Lin Tien pretended to be unable to breathe, and said desperately and hardly, "You discovered my weakness," and Caesar smiled excitedly when he saw it. "Let me say Sholalulu. So even you can't. It's my opponent, don't believe me. It seems that your similar air ability is still limited, you can't use it all the time." Lin Tien also acted realistically, foaming at the mouth and fell into a coma. Xiao Ba on the side was also very anxious when he saw the situation, and the knife in his hand was involuntarily fast. Pointing to the gun, Virgo also desperately prevented Xiao Ba from going to the rescue. Absolutely not let this Murloc goes to rescue. Help. Otherwise it would be unthinkable. Virgo didn't care so much either. Esbagu secretly said, "Why did the captain want to pretend to be dead? He should have a purpose, not a bad taste." Hey. Where do you look? Our battle is not over yet. Monet also smiled and watched Esbagu lick his tongue. Then the wings spread, and the blizzard ensued. Esbagu felt the cold invading him in an instant, and then the surroundings also directly turned into ice and snow. This is, Esbagu also asked, nature is the fruit of snow and snow. Wow. I'm so knowledgeable. I can manipulate the snow freely. Whatever my abilities, you just stay here obediently. Monet then directly controlled Shui to launch an attack on Esbagu. It's really troublesome. Esbagu also jumped around to avoid Monet's attack. It's a pity that Monet was still entangled in the end, and Esbagu also directly used the ability to penetrate the fruit, and instantly passed through the snow. Sure enough. You seem to have the power of space too. You seem to have the ability to pass through objects. Monet licked his tongue again and said, "It's funny. Natural armed color." Esbaku also continued to use the armed color. Igloo. 10 straw paper. Monet used this trick again, but the difference was that it was superimposed on 10 layers of 10. Esbaku said, "Don't make the same mistake twice. I don't think I can beat you, but victory or defeat and combat effectiveness are two different things." Monet also turned into countless snow and said. Esbaku didn't say anything else, but he directly used the ability of piercing the fruit, and he passed through the 10-story 10 igloo in an instant. However, as soon as he walked out of the igloo, Monet hugged Esbaku fiercely. "Hey! What are you going to do?" Esbaku also said in surprise. A burst of cold passed from Monet to Esbaku. "Let go of me, don't you want to freeze me to death?" Esbaku was also accidentally caught by Monet. "I won't let go. You who are hugged by me can no longer use the strength to break free. You will gradually be robbed of strength by my cold body. Eventually, your heart will freeze and die as if falling asleep." Monet then added, "If you guessed correctly, you can't pass through the human body, can you only pass through objects and inorganics?" Esbaku was also a little bit too cold to open his eyes. "You should feel very sleepy. Yes, it doesn't matter, just relax your body and close your eyes slowly. Good night." "What?" Esbaku also smiled slightly, and the iron hammer covering the armed color suddenly crossed the floor and hit Monet's body severely. Monet was completely unprepared, and was hit in the back by such a powerful blow, sprayed blood directly, and flew forward. Monet looked at Esbaku and said in disbelief, "It's not impossible, you should be freezing to death. What the hell is going on?" "This lady, you are right, I can only pass through inorganic matter, but I am sorry, my fruit power has been awakened, and everything I touched can pass through inorganic matter. Your attention, the power is only on me, but I didn't notice my weapon." In shock, Monet finally lost the ability to fight and passed out. The captain said that there must be his purpose for not killing their cadres. "I'll go see Xiao Ba. Esbaku is not far from Zauba, and he is also watching their battle. Xiao Ba has the upper hand, and Wilgo has the lower advantage. Unexpectedly, there are so many capable people in the Lin Tian pirate group. Your ability is indeed higher than mine, but who can survive to the end is not just strength." Virgo wears sunglasses to make people wonder what he is thinking. Xiao Ba couldn't take care of this. He used to be extremely weak, but Lei Li's careful teaching made his strength directly enter the Emperor Deputy level. "You fellow, still talking big, take my sword." Armed color hardened. Virgo also began to do his best, and the armed domineering once again covered his whole body. This trick again. Xiao Ba also quickly appeared beside Virgo with 6 knives and slashed at Virgo, and the bamboo in Virgo's hand instantly covered the color of the armed forces, blocking all the 6 knives. Although it was blocked from Virgo's face, he was also quite struggling. The devil training in the junior 8 years has increased countless strengths. The octopus's arm strength has developed to an extremely terrifying point, and its own arm strength far exceeds that of humans. With the addition of 6 hands, Virgo can do everything in their power to resist. Your power. It's horrible. Virgo also held the bamboo in both hands and simultaneously opened the 6 knives, and then took advantage of the situation and waved at Zhaobai. Xiao Ba blocked Virgo's attack with one hand, and the other hands also stabbed Virgo from different directions. Danger. Virgo suddenly felt the signal of danger. He was also a veteran on the battlefield, reacted extremely quickly, and tried his best to dodge, but in the end he was not killed. Wilgo looked at Xiao Ba panting a little, and he didn't know what he was thinking while wearing sunglasses. This guy is going to counterattack, here it is. Xiao Ba saw and heard that the color was also full. Ghost bamboo Wilgo directly blew the bamboo, and a bomb flew towards Xiao Ba. Xiao Ba didn't move at all, and gently turned his body to avoid the bomb. 6 swords flow sword energy. Xiao Ba also quickly waved 6 knives in his hand, and the powerful sword aura of 6 knives attacked Virgo. So fast. Wilgo was surprised. Because the speed was too fast, Virgo had no way to dodge, so he had to use his own physical body to resist, and the armed color hardened Virgo who covered his whole body, and forcibly held the 6 sword aura. Boom boom boom. With 3 clear metal sounds, Virgo blocked 3 sword auras, but the other 3 sword auras directly chopped his armed color, causing some insignificant parts of his lower body to bleed. Unexpectedly. Even my armed sex tyrant. Virgo had no idea that his armed color would be broken by Xiao Ba, and it was only sword aura. You guy. What is it that has such a powerful force? Could it be that you are the real captain of this pirate group? Virgo was also shocked and began to guess. What nonsense are you talking about? How can you be the strongest? On the ship, I can only be regarded as the 3rd. No, I used to be the 3rd. Now it should be the fourth. Kuzan is a general. Xiao Ba also looked at the nonsense Virgo, explaining. Dao. Not to mention it's okay. Virgo was even more shocked when he said that. What are you talking about? You are only fourth. Is the General Kuzan you mentioned the green pheasant Kuzan of the 3 former Navy admirals? Virgo said in disbelief. He naturally knew the strength gap between him and the general. Yes, it's not clear whether Kuzan is second or third, but don't talk nonsense. I can only rank fourth in our pirate group, which is a medium level. Hurry up, I want to meet everyone. Xiao Ba is also Mangmang's urging. Virgo also didn't believe it at all and said, this is impossible. Your strength is so strong. Why would your captain Lin Tian be caught by Caesar? Well, as soon as you say it, I know what the purpose is probably. That's it. You are talking about me. Now they will laugh at me again. See if I won't catch you. Xiao Ba also suddenly reacted, and then swung 6 knives toward Virgo. Virgo can use the word extremely bad in his heart now. Facing Xiao Ba who rushed over, Virgo had to drag his injured body to continue fighting with Xiao Ba. After fighting for a while, Xiao Ba noticed Espagu. It seems that it can't be dragged on. You see, Espagu has killed your green-haired girl just now, and I can't drag time. Monet was defeated. Virgo is also unbelievable. It seems that I have to divide the victory and defeat. Virgo also intends to determine the outcome with one move. I mean it too. Let's try my trick with you. 6 swordsmanship profound righteous 36 sea god. Ghost bamboo. Xiao Ba's move was to chop 6 knives out of 6 different cyclones, and then repeat the chops 5 times, finally making the fusion sword turbulence possess extremely terrifying tearing power, tearing the opponent apart. Different from the rapid speed of 6 swords flow, 36 Poseidon is more destructive and destructive. Virgo's move is his famous move, covering the bamboo to maximize the armed color, and then using ultra-high-speed movement to attack the enemy. Once in the original book, he easily cut off the White Hunter Smog's sea-building stone weapon 10 hands, and knocked Smog down. What? Virgo's full blow finally attacked the 36 sea god. The strength of Virgo's move had clearly exceeded the standard of a lieutenant general, and even had Qi Wuhai's full blow, but even so, attacking the 36 sea god's incomparably terrifying sword Qi turbulence was still sinking into the sea. If Lin Tian is here, he will definitely give Xiao Ba a thumbs up, because the destructive power of Xiao Ba's move has reached the full blow of the imperial deputy rank. Even if it is a general, defense alone cannot resist this move. Destruction. In an instant, Ghost Bamboo Virgo's bamboo shattered, and Ghost Bamboo fell into a pool of blood in an instant. Xiao Ba also rushed over to see that Virgo still had a sigh of relief, and also let go of his heart. Fortunately he is still alive, otherwise I don't know how to explain to the boss. Xiao Ba. Why are you so cruel that you were almost killed by you? Didn't the captain say he wanted to catch alive? Espagu also walked over and said. Sorry, this is called an arrow on the string, I have to send it. Haha. You can say such reasonable things too. Espagu laughed too. After Lin Tian pretended to pass out, he was taken to an iron cage by Caesar, and his hands were handcuffed with devil fruit. But Lin Tian discovered that the handcuffs were fake, so he naturally knew that it was Luo's vaccination for his actions just to be on the safe side. Captain Shululu Lulintian. You are known as the 5th Emperor, with a bounty of more than 4 billion, and now you have been arrested. What do you think? Caesar also said arrogantly. Looking at Caesar so far, I still haven't found that he has pretended to come all the way, and I also feel that Caesar has some problems in his mind. My performance is so bad, he didn't even see that this guy is too arrogant. If it sounds good, he is a scientific madman. If it sounds bad, he is a mentally retarded villain who likes to play conspiracies. Lin Tian said in pain on the surface. Oh. Is this the Hailu stone chain? I can't get enough of it. Caesar. What do you want? Caesar had no doubts and laughed wildly. Sholalulu, you also have today. Lin Tian. Haha. As the 5th Emperor of the New World, it is my honor to kill you. Of course it is also yours to be killed by me. With pleasure. You should thank me. Your death will be noticed by people all over the world. No one is more suitable than you. I want to broadcast live to the underground markets of the world. How my Smiley killed you. Sholalulu. Even the guy with 4 billion bounty was killed by Smiley. Then there will be more people. More countries will come to me to purchase my masterpiece. Xylalulu. Caesar was still immersed in his own world and couldn't help himself. But Lin Tian's eyes lit up, thinking. Is it finally coming? World Live broadcast. I really look forward to it. 2 people are pregnant with ghosts, one smiles arrogantly on the face, and the other smiles secretly. I don't know who's the prey. Oh. Your companions seem to be very capable. You defeated Virgo and Monet. The strength is really good, but their lives have nothing to do with me. Damn it. Caesar also directly ordered his subordinates to get a huge image bug and began to prepare to broadcast it to the underground world. Sholalulu is really a lot of your companions. But there are people inside, and there are people outside. There are even people in the biscuit room. Caesar also saw it clearly by monitoring the video phone worm. Those rubbish didn't stop them. Caesar also said unhappily. You guys. Get me catch those little ghosts. Caesar directly ordered his men to march towards the biscuit room, trying to retake the children who had undergone huge experiments. Things, get ready. They can't stop Smiley, Caesar continued to order. Then outside the secret base, Caesar's men placed a huge candy near Smiley. Kuzan frowned and said, I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not a good thing. Robin, Nuokagao, Luo. This guy has been very difficult to deal with. Robin, how to be good, her flowers and fruits seem to be the poisonous monster in front. Restraint, so it has little effect. My attack doesn't seem to have Nochagao's sand attack on him, although he can be immune to poison, but after dispersing this monster will still regroup. Master Kuzan, I can be small, but I can only give it a try. Luo Zi rushed to Smiley and shouted. The candy next to Smiley was instantly moved further away. Roar. Seeing that the candy was missing, Smiley beat Shang Luo angrily. Luo also teleported back immediately with his eyesight and hands. Freezing time. At the critical moment, Kuzan directly froze Smiley, but Smiley directly corroded and melted the surrounding ice, and more Smiley sprayed from the opposite side. There is no way to stop him with brute force. Kuzan also shook his head. Luo Zi is panting, he can't use countless things continuously. This trick still requires physical strength. We had to withdraw to the inside of the facility first. Go. Kuzan directly summoned an ice wall to block Smiley's path forward. 4 people quickly ran into the facility. It didn't take long for Smiley to corrode the surrounding ice and directly swallowed the huge candy. In an instant, Smiley changed from red to purple, and finally from semi-solid to gas, the dark purple smoke, no one knew it. It is horrible poison gas. At this time, Caesar has already started the live broadcast. The video phone worm is wrapped in air bubbles in advance, so the picture can still be transmitted to the world normally. Have a long time. People in the middle. It's about to start. The Smalis who have flown from the burning land have gathered in the center of this iceland. They have become perfect Smiley. The experiment has officially started. Smiley is the gas bomb that killed the island a few years ago. The problem last time was that the poisoned people, although their bodies weak, but still able to evacuate to a safe place. So, this time, by putting a huge feed on Smiley, adding a new effect to the poisonous gas, making him a perfect killing weapon. The new weapon to be born today, it is called, the Kingdom of Death. The Kingdom of Death instantly overwhelmed Caesar's own men, and they also turned into white sculptures. The problem with the last experiment was that there were still survivors. Although they were poisoned, they could barely move, so they had to take refuge. In that case, just fix them all. The gas will cover the whole body like ashes, invade from the skin, and make the whole body paralyzed at once. Repair it. This is the perfect killing weapon. The Kingdom of Death. Caesar's fanatical introduction. Finally Caesar looked at Lin Tian and said, next it is your turn. Prove it to the world for me. Even the 5th emperor, facing the Kingdom of Death, is helpless. Then Caesar opened the wall of the secret facility and released the iron cage that contained Lin Tian. Lin Tian naturally knew what Caesar wanted to do, but he didn't say much. He stayed quietly in the iron cage and let the iron cage send him out of the facility. The purple smoke in the distance seems to be the Kingdom of Death. Lin Tian looked at the direction of the Kingdom of Death, then looked around and saw the telecasting worm watching him not far away. It's time to start. I didn't expect me to act so badly, but in the end I will be able to stick to this point. Lin Tian also showed a mysterious smile, seeing and smelling domineering. Lin Tian's sights and smells directly cover the entire secret facility. It seems that Guina has found the children, and Kuzan has also entered the Caesar's facility. Monet and Virgo have extremely weak auras, they should have been defeated by Zauba and Esbagu. After Lin Tian confirmed the safety of his partner, he finally started to act. Hello, underground world, I am Lin Tian. I know that you are now watching the Caesar current Kingdom of Death experiment by broadcasting the video phone worm. Sholalulu, what did he say? Death is approaching, don't you know to give up? Caesar current said triumphantly. Seeing that the purple smoke was about to swallow Lin Tian, Caesar didn't care what Lin Tian said. You call me the 5th emperor. I have 3 things I want to explain. First of all, I want to prove to everyone that the Kingdom of Death is of no use to me, and I was deliberately caught by Caesar. I just want to let everyone see with their own eyes what will happen when the kingdom of death meets me through this broadcast. As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, the surrounding iron cage disappeared in an instant. What did he do? Caesar was shocked and asked the staff around him, but he didn't find any reason. Destroying the cage with ease, Lin Tian also rushed straight to the kingdom of death, and broadcasting the video phone worm was also broadcasting everything in front of the world. Sholalululu dare to rush to the kingdom of death. It's really bold. Look everyone. The 5th Emperor Lin Tian, how will he die? Caesar still believes blindly. Lin Tian rushed to the country of death, and the smoke was so full that the phone bugs could not be seen. But Lin Tian raised the corner of his mouth slightly and said, Shenwei. The eternal kaleidoscope writing wheel eyes worked instantly, and the purple smoke around it was like encountering a range hood, all of which was inhaled into another world by Lin Tian's divine power. Lin Tian was doing what was supposed to be, but Caesar and his men had already settled on the spot. My kingdom of death. Just like that, it's gone. What the hell is going on? What the hell did he do? Caesar is crazy, and the kingdom of death is his biggest selling point to the underground world. It is also one of the most important experiments researched in the past few years. It was originally foolproof, but who would have thought that it has evolved like this now? What happened to this man? He actually swallowed the kingdom of death. Report mom quickly. This matter is very important. Oh, this time Caesar admitted that it was a public experiment, and finally got beaten. Haha. Interesting, it seems that you will be irritated too. The 5 emperors are really worthy of Kiwahai. Various people in the underground world began to talk one after another. After all, Lin Tian swallowed the kingdom of death as too unbelievable. Lin Tian inhaled the kingdom of death, and also the image phone worm. Everyone, the kingdom of death you were looking forward to does not seem to hurt a single minute. This first thing, it ends like this. Lin Tian said casually. The second thing, I want to let everyone know that Caesar is in my hands and is not there for the time being, but he will soon get out of me in anger. I will easily defeat him and catch him, As soon as he finished speaking, Caesar Kerrang said nothing to Lin Tian. He rushed out of his secret facility in desperation and shouted at Lin Tian. You guy. What did you do? It actually destroyed my kingdom of death. Lin Tian also indifferently said to the phone worm, Caesar's bounty is 300 million yuan. For the sake of fairness, I will not use the fruit power, only the sword is enough. You fellow. You dare to look down upon me. Caesar Current also shouted directly, a world without void. Then he drew out the surrounding air. Because the divine power space is full of the kingdom of death, Lin Tian can't be blurred for the time being, but Lin Tian, who has seen and heard the domineering, has also dodged in the distance. To deal with you, one method is the best. Lin Tian directly released the Qinban Ying in his hand, and then a huge blade appeared around him instantly. What is this? Caesar had never seen such a strange picture, and he couldn't help but feel a little scared. Uncle Qinban Sakura Jingyan. Then the huge blade instantly turned into countless flying cherry blossom petals, and these petals were covered with armed color domineering, becoming pitch black. Although Caesar didn't know what it was, he realized it when he saw the dark color. This is armed and domineering. Go, Shiban Sakura. Lin Tian directly controlled it with both hands, and countless black cherry blossoms cut away to Caesar. The speed of this ghost is so fast. Before Caesar could escape, he was surrounded by Senbon Sakura. Kill. Lin Tian squeezed his hands, and Caesar's scream came from within the black 1,000 cherry blossoms. What? After that, Lin Tian reinserted Qinban Sakura into the scabbard, but Caesar was scarred, as if he was already seriously injured. Lin Tian shook his head and said, it's really weak. Then he turned his head to the video phone worm again, and said, everyone, Caesar is in my hands now, and the second thing has been successfully concluded. Oh my god. Caesar, who offered a reward of 300 million, caused someone to be seriously injured in less than half a minute. And the other party hasn't used the fruit ability yet. It seems that the title of the 5th Emperor of Lin Tian is not an illusion. Nonsense. Destroy the city. Defeat the 3 generals, under the Navy's highest level of combat power, the man who played the Navy in the palm of his hand. How could it be a vain name? People in the underground world are talking about it. Lin Tian naturally can foresee that the underground world is going to fry. But Lin Tian also continued, by the way, there is a third thing, this one is more important. Me, Lin Tian, the captain of the Death Pirate Group and my crew, from now on, officially declare war. Well, someone who misses you, shouldn't watch this video. What should I do? Tell him if you see it. Let him wash his neck and wait for me in Dressrosa. There is also a young man named Luo. Brother, I want to kill you with my own hands. The underground world exploded in an instant. After all, it can be said that no one knows it. It is the king of the underground world, and only a few people know his true identity. And these people naturally understood that when they heard of Dressrosa, Lin Tian should have known their true identity a long time ago. Just after Lin Tian declared war on Doflamingo, Lin Tian unexpectedly threw out two other heavier news. Kaido on the Ghost Island, and Charlotte Lingling of the world, I also officially declare war on you too. Please take a good chance to live this time, because you will soon be killed by me. If the 5th Emperor Lin Tian's declaration of war is heavy news, and it is news that can make headlines, then the news of Lin Tian's declaration of war to the 4 emperors must be able to be arranged for the entire page. What did he say? Not only to declare war, but also to make peace with Kaido. Declare war on Doflamingo and at the same time declare war on the 4 emperors. What does he want to do to defeat all the 4 emperors and dominate the sea? This person. Crazy. Hurry up. Tomorrow this news will be filled with the entire newspaper. We have to make a page out before other newspapers publish it. A newspaper intelligence officer spotted a business opportunity and hurriedly reported information obtained from the underground world to the newspaper. Not surprisingly, the entire newspaper of their newspaper is all about the new 5th Emperor Lin Tian's declaration of war on the old 4 emperors Kaido and Ant. At the same time, other newspapers also reacted immediately, reprinting the reprints and continuing to follow up. In a few hours, the information that Lin Tian declared war on the 4 emperors had already spread all over the world. Because the information was too explosive, countless pirates have received this news. Father. I didn't expect Lin Tian, this guy, to go to war against the 4 emperors. Ace looked at the newspaper and said to the white beard who was drinking. This kid is pretty good. White beard nodded and said lightly. What? To whom? Jinping asked eagerly. Kaido still has an aunt. Ace also solemnly said. But Jinping secretly breathed a sigh of relief in his heart. Fortunately, somewhere in the new world at the same time. Shanks, heavy news. Death god Lin Tian declared war on the 4 emperors, Kaido and Auntie. Rakiro ate the steak and looked at the newspaper and said. Unexpectedly declare war on the 4 emperors at the same time. Sniper Jesus BU was also surprised. I don't know what the purpose of this guy is. Ben Beckman looked at the red-haired Shanks. 5th Emperor Lin Tian? Shanks also quietly drank a glass of wine. Mom. Bakmu Si and Baron Dandan also urgently reported the situation to the aunt of Wan Guo through the phone worm. Mother, Lin Tian, the 5th Emperor declared war on me. That's great. The aunt also laughed angrily. Kata Curry, let the other 3 stars come back. The aunt was also in a fire, ready to clean up the arrogant Lin Tian. Where's my dessert? The aunt said angrily. I'm coming. Pero's Pello quickly pushed the prepared dessert to the kingdom of Dressrosa. Young master. It's not good. Caesar asked Lin Tian to catch it. Treple leaned towards Dover with a runny nose. It's too close, stay away from me. Doflamingo said lightly. Lin Tian. It is normal for the 5th Emperor Caesar to lose to him. Doflamingo said indifferently, is there anything else? He declared war on you, young master. And she has declared war on Kaido among the 4 emperors and the aunt among the 4 emperors. Hey. This guy has declared war with Kiwahai and the 4 emperors at the same time, he is really capable. Doflamingo then put on the flamingo jacket, and in the Ghost Island of the New World. The man was tall and burly, with black hair on his head and shoulders. It has a pair of horns, a long beard, and a scale tattoo on the left arm. The upper body is naked, the lower body is wearing wide trousers, and the waist is tied with a rope. It is one of the 4 emperors, Kaido, a beast known as the strongest creature in the sea, land and air. Haha. The 5th Emperor, Lin Tian, sounds very strong. I hope he can kill me, because he has only one chance. Dover, stop talking nonsense. All I want is artificial devil fruit, your life and death, I don't care. Kaido also blasted the phone worm directly. Doflamingo of Dressrosa had to use his own identity as a dragon to start a series of preparations for Lin Tian's attack. This guy, it's not easy to deal with. I have to be prepared. Hey. Even you have to come back and forth. Naval Headquarters, Numarin Fando, Lin Tian declared war on the 4 emperors. Chief of Staff Crane also couldn't believe it. It's terrible. That guy has always been very bold. Huang Yuan also said indifferently. The Navy Marshal aka Inu also laughed. This is a good thing. This time we will use the evil power to fight each other with the evil, and finally bring them together. Next, they must go to Dressrosa where Doflamingo is, Yellow Ape, you and Fujitora will lead the warship and navy. Remember, timing is very important. Finally, the pirates must be settled together. Akagi also nodded and said, the meeting is over. And Lin Tian also accomplished his purpose in Punk Hassad, killing Caesar and also fulfilling his purpose of declaring war, and then moved into the secret facility with a teleport. First, I saw Sbagu and Zauba, and instantly transmitted them to the death. Then I saw the domineering and perceived Kuzan, Luo, Nuokagao and Robin. Lin Tian is a collective teleporter again, and Guina, Perona, Ain, Freud, and all the huge groups of children teleported to the Reaper. Ended, Guina and Kuzan asked one after another. Caesar, Virgo, and Monet all passed out to death beside Lin Tian. Then Lin Tian tied the three of them three. Lin Tian is in charge, let these three people use them as bait. I think Doflamingo should be very afraid of Kaido behind him, so he can only go all out to retake Caesar. Luo Si thought for a while and said, Doflamingo may also arrange countless dangers. Waiting for us in Dressrosa, maybe there are many traps. Freud said, not surprisingly, some hidden forces will participate, and the Navy should also be involved. Sbagu guessed, if you want to do that, things will be troublesome. Luo also said with some worry, don't worry, trust our boss. Xiao Ba is also extremely confident of this human being in front of him. Don't worry. Lin Tian looked at Punk Hassad and said, I haven't found the artificial fruit research, but I will destroy the island next. As long as this island is destroyed, the research on artificial fruits will disappear, and Kaido's strength will not grow anymore, right? Lin Tian also directly drew out the evolution and completed the Demon Blade Village Reign, and it was a stroke against Punk Hassad. Then he retracted the knife into its sheath, and seemed to do nothing. However, Punk Hassad fell apart in an instant, and the island was cut into countless stones in an instant, and then sank to the bottom of the sea. The island of Punk Hassad was used as a battlefield by the Blue Pheasant and the Red Dog. It still stood up for 10 days and 10 nights. However, under Lin Tian's slash, it was sunk instantly. Such a thing completely shocked the new addition, Ain and Kuzan. Captain Lin Tian still possesses such a strong swordsmanship. Ain also said in surprise. Seeing this step, I want to say that I lost to the captain before. As expected, the methods are endless, terrible guy. Kuzan also secretly thought in his heart, even if it is Hawkeye's strongest cutting technique, it should be nothing more than that. Kuzan shook his head, not wanting so much. The crowd also pressed the three prisoners into the small black house built by the special Heilushi in the cabin of the Reaper. Lin Tian happily received various rewards from the system. Congratulations to the host. Complete the task. The hidden task is 2/3 complete. You need one more time to unlock the hidden reward. Congratulations to the host for defeating the Ghost Bamboo Virgo and gain 3 awakening points. Congratulations to the host. Ability Monet. Get 3 awakening points. Happy host. Defeat the natural gas fruit ability Caesar Current. Get 3 awakening points. You have 14 demon fruit awakening points. Congratulations to the host. Get the snow and snow fruit ability card. Congratulations to the host. Get the gas fruit ability card. Hello host. You have got 23 points of luck and accumulated 519 points. Congratulations to the host for reaching 500 points of luck. You need to reach 100 points if you enter the intermediate level of luck to become a child of the plane. You currently have an opportunity to draw level rewards. Also remind the host. You now have a clumping fruit ability card. There is also a burning fruit ability card that has not been used yet. Host. May I ask what instruction to execute? The system asked. Lin Tian started a bumper harvest with the beauty. Let's come one by one, don't worry. The first is the devil fruit ability card. Lin Tian thought for a moment and said inwardly. I can't use the fruit burning ability card, but this fruit ability is very useful, so let's use it for my companions. Cluster fruit, just exchange it. Lin Tian said to the system. The redemption has been successful for you. You currently have 15 awakening points. The system said. What kind of fruit? There is only a little awakening point after the exchange, which is really pitiful. If this is the case, then help me awaken me and reverse the fruit twice. Lin Tian said to the system. The system responded. Okay. After that, Lin Tian felt the changes in his body, and the ability to regress the fruit also reached awakening. A retrograde flame appeared in Lin Tian's hands, and this flame could be transformed into various forms at will through Lin Tian. The ability of the first level of awakening is a change in form. As long as it is touched by this retrograde flame, it will immediately regress the ability to wake up for the second time in 12 years. You can retreat any person or thing you touch within 5 years. Digital. Lin Tian also nodded. If the opponent is less than 5 years old, they will instantly kill. Even if it is 100, I will disappear after 2 touches. The fruit of backwardness did not disappoint me. Lin Tian also nodded a little excitedly. Host, you currently have a burning fruit ability card, and your awakening points have already been used up. Next, if you need the ultimate awakening, you have to collect 20 awakening points. Let me think about it. Except for me and Luo, there are 9 people in the ship. Kuzan, Ain, Nochigo, Espago, Perona, Freud, and Robin are all capable people, and there are only ancient people. Ina and Xiao Ba are no longer capable of fruit, but fortunately, using ability cards, you won't be afraid of Hailu Stone in the sea. Ji Yuyina already has the sleeve Baishui. It is better to use the burning fruit ability card for Xiao Ba. As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, the system directly gave Xiao Ba the ability to burn fruits. Xiao Ba touched his head and said, "Oh my god, how come I have become the captain of fruit ability? Did you do it?" Lin Tian replied naturally. "Don't worry, it's okay, you won't be afraid of the sea. Just do whatever you want, it's okay. Go to the training room to familiarize yourself with your abilities." Xiao Ba also obediently walked to the training room to practice his ability to burn fruits. Kuzan was also puzzled and asked, "What's going on here, brother Lin Tian?" "Haha. This is a secret, if you want to know, go to the training room. Try your skills with Xiao Ba." Lin Tian also looked at Kuzan with a smile. Kuzan seemed to understand Lin Tian's meaning, and out of self-confidence, he hummed and walked into the training room. In less than 10 minutes, Kuzan threw out the training room and looked at Lin Tiandao in shock. "Lil brother Lin Tian, he actually has the ability to burn fruits." Lin Tian said indifferently, "It's pretty good, you are frozen fruit, he is burning fruit, our ship has another natural master. But, he has been with us all the time and didn't take any devil fruits at all." Kuzan also couldn't figure it out the more he thought about it. "Kuzan, don't be serious, Captain Lin Tian, it's always been the case, he even knows where there is history." Robin also explained with a smile. "That's why I said, Lin Tian is very strange." Perona finally found a chance to complain about Lin Tian. "But, Big Brother is really amazing, we just need to trust him." The innocent Nuokagao also chose to believe in Lin Tian. Lin Tian is very mysterious, and he always has an endless stream of cards. He is extremely good at creating miracles. Sometimes I wonder if he doesn't belong to this world at all. Guina also speculated wildly. "Don't talk nonsense, although the captain will not be angry with us, but he still respects his secret, it is good that Freud also said with coffee." Lin Tian also smiled, and said indifferently, "Even if I tell you, you will not believe it. I said I belong to another world, and I have completed the task, and I can draw a lottery. Each of these prizes is very powerful. You believe. Everyone. Believe you a ghost." Perona also vomited speechlessly. "Captain, it's embarrassing." Freud also joked. "Well, let's not talk about this topic." Espagu also changed the subject. "Okay. Lin Tian naturally knew that no one would believe what he said, just like in the previous life you said that I came from another world, and people would be said to be crazy." After that, Lin Tian also saw the shui shui fruit and the gas fruit. "Shui shui fruit is more conflicting with my frozen fruit, I definitely won't use it." Lin Tian thought. Even the awakened shui shui fruit should belong to the inferior fruit of the frozen fruit, just as the burnt fruit is the inferior fruit of the rock berry fruit. Why don't you give it to Guina? Anyway, Bai Shui Shu has the ability to freeze, plus Shui Shiguo's ability, it should complement each other, right? Lin Tian thought for a long time and finally decided to use the Shui Shui fruit ability card for Guina. Use Shui Shiguo's ability card for Guina. Ding. Successfully used. Guina instantly possessed the power of Shui Shui fruit. Exactly. I'll go to the training room and learn from Xiao Ba. Guina also walked to the training room with a bad face. The partners all prayed quietly for Xiao Ba. Finally, after half an hour, Xiao Ba finally walked out a little desolately. It seems that Guina's Shui Shui fruit and her own abilities are well integrated. Lin Tian also nodded, and immediately opened up the sight and hearing, feeling the breath of everyone. Well, if you didn't feel wrong, Guina's aura should surpass Kuzan, and his strength is estimated to be in second place, and Xiao Ba who got the burned fruit should already be on par with Kuzan, plus Kuzan. Now on our ship, there are only 3 general-level crew members. They belong to the first echelon, and Nuahigo, Robin, and Perona are ranked in the second echelon in strength, and they are all senior officers level. Freud, Esbaku should belong to the third echelon, probably with the strength of the Emperor and Vice level, and the remaining Ain, because of the short time to join, in addition to the strange fruit ability. The overall strength is relatively low, so it is still Lin Tian at the 7th Wuhai level also nodded. It looks like she needs to be trained. Then Lin Tian turned his attention to the system and thought. Gas fruit can control the air. According to past awakening experience, The first awakening should be to control more in a larger area of air and enhance the ability to control the air. The second awakening should be different. Change. The third ultimate awakening is estimated to directly evolve into air fruit, which can be called invincible. Lin Tian shook his head, and finally decided, but it's very tasteless after using it right now. It's better to keep it and make up enough awakening points for the ultimate awakening in one go. This is the case with fruit ability and awakening ability, and there will be another lottery draw next. Lin Tian also said impatiently, system level awards, start drawing. Start the lottery. A platinum lottery turntable appeared in Lin Tian's mind, and then began to spin. Lin Tian also looked at the turntable excitedly and said, stop. Then the turntable stopped spinning, and the small pointer finally pointed to a row of numbers. Congratulations to the host. Get the level reward fruit fusion system. This is. Although Lin Tian didn't know how to get there, the rewards of the level would definitely not be bad. Congratulations to the host. You have completed the full unlock of the system. The function of your lottery system has been completely unblocked. The first stage is just a simple lottery, with the subsystem Devil Fruit Awakening System, and the third stage is the Devil Fruit Exchange System. The fourth stage is the Devil Fruit Fusion System. I'll explain it to you. It means you gain awakening points after defeating your opponent, and then you. Real ability gives awakening. I know this, you continue to explain. Lin Tian also listened patiently. The exchange system means that you don't need any fruit abilities and can be directly exchanged for awakening points for the fruit in the Devil Fruit Mall. Do you understand? I understand this. Shaking the fruit, I spent a lot of awakening points in exchange. The system continued to explain. The Devil Fruit Fusion System is a system that fuses multiple devil fruits to achieve fusion, and finally fully develops all abilities to achieve the final awakening. In other words, as long as you meet the conditions for the fusion of the devil fruit, you will have the fruit power beyond the ultimate awakening and achieve the final awakening of the fruit in the true sense. However, the conditions are extremely demanding. First of all, you must meet the prerequisites for the fruit to have the ultimate awakening. Second, you must have enough awakening points. The fusion of two twos requires 100 points. For example, suppose you want to fuse frozen fruit and burnt fruit, you must evolve both frozen fruit and burnt fruit into the ultimate form, and then you need 100 awakening points before you can fuse two twos. The success rate of fusion is 100%, and you will have both the power of fire and freezing. Lin Tian asked, is there any benefit after fusion? Then I have the power of two fruits, and I can also use the two fruit abilities at will. Therefore, the difference between fusion and no fusion is not big. Naturally, there is a difference. After you merge, you will not only have the previous ability, but also derive an ultimate ability. Only in the final awakening, you will have the specific what will become, and you may need to experience it yourself. That's it. But it's definitely stronger than ultimate awakening. Don't worry, Overlord. The system will not harm you. The system explained. Lin Tian nodded immediately and said, it's almost the same, it's kind of meaning. But the awakening points need so much. Then I don't care if you get the fruit, you will get the awakening points, or you will get the awakening points when you defeat the strong. Awakening points reach 100, you can merge and awaken. Okay, I understand. This is the way for mortals to become gods. I guess that those powerful fruits will finally be awakened. I guess they will all become gods. Lieutenant General, Kiwahai, Emperor Deputy, General, 4 Emperors, Kings, it's really uncertain whether there will be a god level behind the 666 levels. Let's improve my strength as soon as possible. In the end, Lin Tian also focused on the boat. Lin Tian is headed, since our goals are the same, I also have a small plan next. Luo also said to Lin Tian. Lin Tian naturally knew that Trafalgaro was a man with a plan and a brain, and immediately asked, tell me about it. Behind Dover is Kaido. I think you know it too. As long as we destroy the artificial demon fruit factory in Dover, Kaido will definitely be angry with Dover, and our own strength will be affected. The goal is achieved. Luo looked at Lin Tian and said. However, Lin Tian's expression was shocked, and he said with some excitement, thanks for reminding me. The artificial devil fruit factory. There should be a lot of fruits. Luo looked at Lin Tian and said doubtfully, yes. I don't know what Lin Tian is excited about. The reason why Lin Tian is so excited is naturally that he put his goal in the artificial devil fruit factory. It seems that the final awakening will come soon. Lin Tian was also very excited. At the same time, Lin Tian received a side mission from the system. Hello host. You have triggered a side mission. Task content. Become the champion of the bullfighting arena, get the mysterious fruit of the devil, help the former king of Dressrosa to restore the country, and expose the conspiracy of Don Quixote and Flamenco, and defeat Don Quixote all members of the family, save the little human race. Task reward. Mystery rewards 1/3 of the progress. You can draw the prize after completing the task. Listening to this long list of tasks, even Lin Tian is a little big head, and the huge children around are awake. Lin Tian has to use the power of gravitational fruit to let all the children fly. Got up. After playing around for a while, Lin Tian and his team eventually returned the children to the town with 5 branches. Seeing their children return safely, the children's family members also expressed their gratitude. Lin Tian and his party also officially drove in the direction of Dressrosa. Luo also dialed Doflamingo's number. I'm Luo. Luo Ma hasn't seen you for so long, it's not easy to meet you. The Caesar you are looking for, Virgo and Monet, are in my hands. Hume. The most important trading partner for you to provoke you now is the big pirate, one of the 4 emperors, Kaido, the beast. For you, he is the least irritating person. Well, Doflaming sweats even thinking of Kaido. If you let that guy know that you can't make artificial devil fruits, he's not a reasonable man. You will be killed by him. Hey, yeah, don't talk like adults. That's how it is. I'm still wondering why you can catch Caesar. It turns out that your patron is Lin Tian, the 5th emperor. Hey. The joke is a bit too much, Luo. How can I return Caesar to me? What conditions do you have? Doflamingo asked with a sullen face. Resign from the under King Kiwahai. Okay. Doflamingo was also taken aback. It's nothing, just if you give up the position that you spent nearly 10 years building, you will be an ordinary pirate, but in this way, the generals of the naval headquarters will not let you go. The deadline is tomorrow's morning paper. If the newspaper reports that you have resigned from Kiwahai, I will contact you again. If there is nothing, then the transaction will be broken, and goodbye. Hey. Wait. Luo. Doflamingo shouted, but he had already hung up the phone. This guy. The veins on Doflamingo violently appeared. Brother Luo, are you sure this trick is useful? Kuzan also didn't believe in Dao. It must be useful. Life and status will definitely give up status. Luo firmly said without doubt. Xiao Luo, your plan is fine, but you have overlooked one of the most important things. Lin Tian reminded. What's the matter? Luo asked. If tomorrow's newspaper publishes the news of his resignation from Kiwahai, then we will deal with him, and the newspaper will issue another page with the information. What to do if you make a mistake? Lin Tian, who is familiar with the plot, also pointed out Doflamingo's intentions directly. Luo also secretly felt a little bad. But will he have the ability to buy a news agency? It stands to reason that newspapers are generally controlled by the government. If you resign to the government, the news will be published by the newspapers. It stands to reason that there is nothing wrong with it. Luo retorted in disbelief. Is Doflamingo an ordinary person? If he is just an ordinary Kiwahai, just an ordinary pirate, of course he doesn't have such a great skill, but this involves a secret thing. Come and tell everyone a secret. Lin Tian also called the partners together in a mysterious manner, and then directly threw an incredible heavy news. Don Quixote Doflamingo was a Denonite. What? The partners were all taken aback. Tinlongren. Except for Kuzan and Luo, the savior Zauba and Robin reacted more strongly. Lin Tian, is what you said is true? Luo asked unbelievably. What I said is absolutely true. Lin Tian also confirmed again. So, from this point of view, he should have the ability to control the newspaper. Esbagu said so too. In this way, it also makes sense. The king of the underground world is still the king of Dressrosa, or the Kiwahai, and it is more reasonable to have the identity of a dragon. Freud also analyzed. Brother Lin Tian, you have a clear mind, you must have some plans. Kuzan also said. In that case, let's just do it. Lin Tian also discussed with everyone, and finally plans to temporarily cooperate with Dover to act. Finally pit Dover fiercely. One night passed quickly, and the newsbirds in the morning were full of news about Doflamingo's resignation from Kiwahai. This news shocked the new world. Luo also made a direct call. Luo? I have seen the news, and I will hand over Caesar to you as agreed. Of course, otherwise you don't want to leave alive. At this point, if you run away with crooked brains, you know the consequences, Then first let me see if my important customers are safe. Esbagu directly entangled the domineering kick and kicked Caesar, and Caesar also screamed. Hear it, he is not dead. 8 hours from now, on the island north of Dares Rosa, on the sandy beach southeast of Grimbit, 3 to 3 in the afternoon. I will throw Caesar there, at your disposal. Any unnecessary contact will not be discussed. Hee. It's too cold, I finally reunite when I grow up, and I want to have a drink together. Stop talking nonsense. Don't play tricks. Then Luo also directly hung up the phone worm. Then Lin Tian began to discuss the plan. Monet and Virgo can use it to make a rat thrower. Caesar is used as a bait. We also need a team to destroy the artificial fruit factory. Lin Tian said. Therefore, it is divided into the first team, the Caesar escort team, the second team, the destroying factory team, and the third team, the Reaper staying team. Next, start assigning players. Lin Tian looked at his friends and knew the candidates. The first team is the Caesar escort team. The first team is captained by Kuzan. Luo, if you want to trade with Dover, join the first team. In addition, Perona and Robin will join the first team. The second team, the destruction of the factory team, I will serve as the leader, Guina, and Nuokagao as the team members. The third team, the Grim Reaper stayed behind. Zauba was the captain, Esbach, Floyd, Ain stayed behind and watched Monet and Virgo. Is there any objection to the specific arrangement? Lin Tian looked around and found that no one had different opinions. This is my life card. Both captains will come here. If you don't see me, please go to Zhou Island. Luo also gave his life card to Lin Tian and Xiao Ba. Okay. Let's split up. If the mission is successful, go directly to Zhou Island. If the mission fails, immediately go to the Grim Reaper and gather with us. Lin Tian also arranged carefully. Anyway, let's enter Dressrosa together, Lin Tian said. The Grim Reaper then landed and berthed at Dressrosa. Except for the third team left behind, the other two teams have entered Dressrosa. Of course, everyone dressed up in disguise, let alone, it really changed their appearance. Just entering Dressrosa, even Lin Tian was attracted by the surrounding scenery. It is a perfect combination of nature and architecture. The small bridges, roads and benches inlaid with colorful tiles are winding, like it is floating and flowing, as if it has a poetic artistic conception. There are colonnades in the central square of Dressrosa, but none of the pillars are straight, all resembling tree trunks in a natural forest. The whole city is like a fairy tale world, but also like a giant work of art hanging in the air. It smells so good. I can smell a scent of fresh sunlight as soon as I enter here. Could it be sunflowers? Robin guessed. Miss Robin, you guessed it, there is a sunflower field nearby. Lin Tian also admired women's noses. Oh my god. Why do I smell the fragrance of roast lamb with the fragrance of flowers? Nuokagao also slobbered. What I smell is lobster risotto. Dressrosa's paella is very famous. Perona is also deliberate. Lin Tian was also unable to vomit. Why haven't you seen your mouths so greedy before? Oh. Lin Tian, Xiao Ba's rice was cooked so well before, but now Xiao Ba is not here. I should change my taste too. I didn't think that Dao Guina rushed to a certain restaurant indifferently. Lin Tian, your partner usually looks like this? Luo couldn't help asking too. Brother Luo, relax your mind, you won't be able to avoid it if you should come. Kuzan also said lazily, and then he took out Bailey and bought the ham and put it in his mouth. Luo was also speechless when he saw it. The taste is really good, it's still early to the agreed time, just stroll around. Lin Tian was not in a hurry either. Look, Luo, look at what it is. Pointing in one direction seriously. Luo was also shocked and quickly turned his head to look. I saw a woman with a graceful figure, dancing with the accompaniment of flamenco music. The guitarist plucked the strings sometimes as gentle as water, sometimes as passionate as fire, and sometimes beautiful and sometimes arrogant. As the speed gets faster and faster, the notes are collected, and the woman's posture gradually accelerates. The guitarist's skilled fingering plays a rapid and changeable rhythm, and the momentum is like a storm, closely tracking the woman's accelerated dance. Suddenly, G. His hand played the last sound on the guitar, and the graceful woman also instantly froze the frame, showing a beautiful shape, and everything came to a halt. There was a few seconds of silence around him, and there was a burst of warm applause and cheers. It is good. Lin Tian also clapped his hands. Luo also showed a stunned expression, looking at Lin Tian and finally suffocated a sentence. Lin Tian is the head, you let me watch this. Then you mean what else do you want to see? Lin Tian also laughed and joked. Luo understood in an instant, immediately. His face was flushed and his head was sweating profusely. Haha. The friends all smiled. Dressrosa's three treasures, flowers, food and dance. Lin Tian also said in rhyme. Wow, big brother. Why are there toys on the street? Nuokagao also shined, and she was extremely interested when she saw the toys running around. Not only that, look. Toys still live with humans. Robin also pointed to the distance. I seem to smell an unusual smell. Kuzan was also suspicious. Oh, as expected, once a general, I have a bad premonition so soon. Lin Tian nodded when he looked at Kuzan, and then looked at Guina. Guina also nodded tacitly. Fruit ability. Lin Tian said quietly. But you can just pretend you don't know for the time being. Let's go around first. The second team will go to the casino with me to inquire about the factory information. Lin Tian said. Are you sure you were inquiring about the news, not gambling? Perona also complained. Shut up, Perona, let you see what is called God of Gamblers. Lin Tian said solemnly. Oh my God, your purpose has been exposed. Perona also exposed Lin Tian's conspiracy. Oh, these people are really weird, forget it, which 4 emperors are not weird? Luo also shook his head and entered the casino. After entering the casino, I found a seat and sat down casually. Lin Tian has already felt the unusual breath, and Lin Tian also said to his friends, you can order whatever you want to eat, I will go to inquire about the information. Do you need to be together? Kuzan also asked faintly. Thank you, I am enough for now. Lin Tian then walked to the front of the figure. The man was wearing a lavender bathrobe, a dark purple belt, a purple cloak, wooden shoes on his feet, a bandage on his arms, and a handguard. The most important thing was blindness, and there were 2 crosses on his forehead. Scar. If you add a white general's cape, it will be more obvious. Fujitora smiled and appeared in the casino as per the plot. Lin Tian also nodded secretly. Decided, I press black. Fujitora also said faintly, and the guests behind him also pressed black. The croupier angrily announced that the bet was over, and in the end the ball fell in the black area. Wow. Black. That's nice, we won. The surrounding guests cheered, and then thanked Fujitora. It's nothing, but it just happened to have been lucky. Fujitora is also humble. Lin Tian looked at Fujitora who won 15 games in a row, but also kept quiet. Despite Lin Tian's expectation, the croupier also hurriedly reported the situation to the person in charge of the venue. Suddenly a group of fierce people came to the gaming table and looked at Fujito provocatively. You are quite strong. What? Come to a heads up with me. Are you going heads up? Fujitora looked like he didn't understand anything. Yes. I want to compete with you, so lucky anyway, you don't want to give up now. Fujitora thought for a few seconds and replied, no, everyone gave me a lot of thanks, so let's have a wonderful showdown. Well said. Uncle is interesting, so please go to the room inside to exchange cash. Seeing the people in front of them are fierce and evil, these guests naturally know that they can't afford to provoke them, so they also fled in a swarm. Lin Tian looked at him faintly and said, I haven't played with him. If you play with yours, I just don't speak. Look at knowledge. Lin Tian said, okay, shut up, don't interfere with us playing roulette, otherwise, what are you betting? I asked. I bet white. Fujitora said, his ears moved. This guy doesn't seem to rely on what he sees and hears, he seems to really hear it. Lin Tian was also a little surprised, and kept watching. Then I bet black. Lu said. Then the roulette stopped and the ball fell on white. How is the result? Fujitora asked pretentiously. It's a pity. It's black, you guessed it wrong. He said deliberately, looked at Lin Tian, and saw that Lin Tian did not speak, so he nodded in satisfaction. Well, I will definitely win this time. Fujitora continued, white. It's hard to say. I saw that the ball fell on the white again, but deliberately said, it's a pity again, this time it is still white. This time it will definitely be white. Fujitora also picked up his own bargaining chip again and continued to bet on white. The roulette stopped again, and the ball fell on the white again, but Lulu still said, it's black again. Several times in a row, Fujitora was all white, but in the end he was deliberately said to be black. In the end Fujitora stud took out all the chips and bet on white. It's so bold. Then I will put all the money opposite you. Let's have a duel between men. I said. Do you really want to go all in? Fujitora asked. Yup. Then it will begin. The roulette was spinning again, and then Fujitora said, I've decided, I'll bet on white. Eventually the roulette stopped and the ball fell on white again. It's impossible to bet wrong again, it's white. Fujitora also raised the corners of his mouth. It was also shocked, but immediately. The corner of his mouth raised, grabbing Fujitora's head, and then deliberately said, what a pity, uncle. Fujitora was surprised and said, that is to say, the result is, yes, it's white. Lin Tian finally spoke. All the people and toys in the casino stared at Lin Tian in horror. What are you? Yelled. Show me clearly. This is black. I once again showed an unkind expression. Lin Tian ignored him completely, saying as if he couldn't see him, this is white, this uncle won. I want you to talk more. Do you want to die, little devil? Everyone looked at Lin Tian unkindly, as if they were about to do something. Who is that guy? Does he know who the other person is? The surrounding guests couldn't help but talk. Hey. Did I win? Fujitora also asked with a smile. Hey. You won. And all of your bets were right. Although I don't know where you are, thank you for your kind help. Fujitora said too. It's okay, I have conditions to help you. Lin Tian also said leisurely, but it's okay. Fujitora said happily, you bet with me. Lin Tian also came to be interested and actively invited. Fujitora thought for a second and said, what to bet on? Betting on favors. Humanity, you lose, owe me a favor, I lose, owe you a favor, this bet is interesting. Lin Tian also said casually. Seeing Fujitora seemingly hesitant, Lin Tian added, it's just a favor. Fujitora also smiled and said, okay, then come on. The person next to me looked at Lin Tian and said, who I'm talking about you. Let's talk about it here, have you gambled on roulette? Did you gamble on roulette? You can do it. The guys just want to shoot. Lin Tian shook his head and said, Guo Zhao. Then he snapped his fingers directly. Snapped. After snapping his fingers, something surprising happened. The people around him instantly turned into a 3-year-old child, and then ran out crying. Oh my god. What did he do? Those people turned out to be children. Is it wrong? Is it magic? The surrounding guests were surprised. Okay. Let them learn how to be human again, no one will bother us now. Lin Tian also threw the ball directly, and the roulette began to spin. What to bet? Lin Tian asked. Bet on white. Fujitora still chose to bet on white, not bad. Lin Tian also nodded. In the ability to predict the future by seeing and hearing colors, Lin Tian also saw white. Then I also bet on white, Lin Tian also bet white in the end. The final result turned out to be white. I'll bet first this time. Lin Tian said. Fujitora nodded, then threw the ball into the roulette, which spun quickly. I bet on white. Lin Tian once again saw the white of the future, so he directly chose to bet on the white. I also bet on white. Fujitora also heard the result. In the end, the ball fell on the white area again. Lin Tian smiled and said, Uncle, in that case, let's let the croupier throw the ball. This time we must call out the color to bet before throwing the ball, and it must be different. Kind. Come. Lin Tian shouted at the croupier. The croupier wanted to pretend not to hear, but under Lin Tian's threat, he had to walk to the gaming table. I bet on black. Lin Tian directly chose black this time. I bet on white. Fujitora continued to choose white. Then the croupier threw the ball, the roulette began to spin, and the corners of Fujitora's mouth rose faintly. He had already heard that the area where the ball stopped this time was still white. However, Lin Tian is still calm and composed. Eventually the turntable stopped, and the ball steadily landed on the white area. Suddenly, Fujitora frowned, and the ball itself rolled to the black area. Fujitora is worthy of being an admiral of the navy, with quick eyes and quick hands. He drew out the cane and sword in his hand, and instantly cut the gaming table in front of him in half. Lin Tian also flipped backwards in an somersault, and the moment he landed, Fujitora's attack had already arrived. Lin Tian also instantly drew out the demon blade Kunyu to withstand Fujitora's sudden blow. It seems that Mr. Yishao doesn't want to owe me favors. Lin Tian said. Fujitora said, you actually recognized me here, so I'm embarrassed that the battle was about to break out soon. But Lin Tian suddenly put village rain in the scabbard, and he said, even if I owe you personal love. Yes, suddenly something I like appeared. After seeing and hearing the domineering, Lin Tian saw the grand competition in the bullfighting arena, which was about to start, and also saw that the prize was a fruit that he desperately needed. Fujitora finally closed his gravity knife and said, forget it, the old man is anxious. Next time the old man will not let you go easily. Then Fujitora went out of the casino like this, leaving Lin Tian and his team behind. Really a weird person, Perona complained. His momentum is really not weak, I don't know who it is. Luo also said cautiously. If you guess it right, Kuzan said. He is the new general of the Navy headquarters. What? At this time, the bullfighting arena is overcrowded and full of seats. The host also announced in a big way. This time the champion will win an extremely precious reward. Devil fruit. This fruit is also an extremely powerful fruit. The host proudly announced under the gaze of thousands of people. This is the fruit of the dark devil. What? The cheers around have already resounded in the sky, and countless people and toys are looking forward to the start of the competition. Responding to the king's call today, countless powerful people in the new world have come to sign up. They will fight in divisions, and those who break out of the heavy siege will get the right to challenge. Of course, we will not be so easy, so let these treasures be handed over. Those who have the ability to take it, let them go. What is different from the usual swordsman is that the challenger today will be Cinealpic from the famous Don Quixote family. The host announced, and then a guy with a pacifier dressed up like a young child appeared on the big screen. Dellinger. A yellow-haired boy in a hat. Rao. The old man with blood vessels on his head. Mahabe. A fat man with a big yellow beard wearing a red hat. There are heroes in this arena. Diamante. It was a man with brown hair, a clown's mouth, and a bad-looking male. After the host finished reciting his name, it was all boiling. Master Diamante. Diamante, hurry up. Let's watch the game. Can't wait. Hurry up. The audience has already started urging. Lin Tian had already sneaked into the arena, and was attracted by the huge, majestic, and spectacular appearance as soon as he entered the arena. So majestic and majestic, even Lin Tian couldn't help saying. The bullfighting arena is oval in plan, roughly equivalent to the height of a modern 19-story building. The outside is all wrapped in marble, and the center of the field is a gladiator. It is still oval, equivalent to the size of a football field. Lin Tian also told his partners what he was going to participate in, and then signed up. Then your name is, the young lady who signed up asked. Just call me, Death. Lin Tian replied, little brother, are you sure? Little sister asked. Determine. Good. Player number 040, Reaper. After the young lady finished speaking, Lin Tian walked into the bullfighting arena, and young lady closed the iron gate to Death. I'll be back soon. Feel free to chant. Lin Tian also waved his hand and bid farewell to his partner for the time being. Follow the young lady all the way to the inside, and finally walk to the contestant preparation room. The player preparation room is here. You can move around freely before playing. After the young lady brought Lin Tian, she left. Lin Tian started to see and hear, but did not feel how strong his opponent was, and then glanced at everyone. It can be seen that there are people with fruiting ability, and there are many strong ones. Although they are all the same to me, they can barely be used for awakening points. Afterwards, the players in the arena quarreled badly with each other. These players were tall, with an average of 3 meters, but Lin Tian's height made him seem so insignificant. Who is this little dwarf? Who knows? There are more and more people going to die. The surrounding contestants still said badly, as if they didn't pay attention to Lin Tian at all. Haha. Well, what is the dwarf for? Pretend. I hate this kind of person the most. A strong contestant directly stood in front of Lin Tian and yelled, "Huh! The stinky little devil, he is still dressed so strange. This is an arena. Stop. Players are not allowed to harm each other before participating in the competition." The other contestants persuaded. Huh! What's the fun of crushing an ant? All the audience wants to see is a duel between the strong. This strong player yelled at Lin Tian domineeringly, "You shouldn't be here, get out of here." Seeing Lin Tian motionless, still showing a smiling expression, this strong player was furious, raised his fist and slammed it at Lin Tian. Get out now. Lin Tian smiled playfully, then moved his body lightly, avoiding all the attacks of this player. But this player still attacked Lin Tian reluctantly, and Lin Tian finally had no patience. Disappear. Lin Tian didn't move, and forcibly held the player's powerful punch. However, Lin Tian was still Lin Tian, and the player suddenly disappeared. There was a puddle of blood on the ground. The surrounding contestants were stunned with their mouths open. How did the others disappear? Lin Tian indifferently pointed to the blood on the ground and said, "Isn't he here? It's just a different form of existence. Everyone understands it." It turns out that this strong man, the player, has been killed by Lin Tian. Everyone dare not say a word, even the staff dare not look at Lin Tian. After all, Lin Tian's abilities are too weird, he can live more, no one wants to die early, so no one dares, said Lin Tian's not. Okay. Then I will announce that this player is leaving the field. Reaper, please continue to participate. The contestants are divided into 444 districts, and Lin Tian is number 040, belonging to the district. But after a while, the host began to speak. Everyone has been waiting for a long time. I'll take it over to explain the rules of the battle. The first round is a self-elimination match in Zone 4, and the elimination round means that everyone except yourself is an enemy. All the contestants will fight together. If you want to retain the qualification to continue the game, you must fight to the end without falling to the ground. In the end, the survivor is the final victor. If you fall off the field, you will be disqualified. If you die during the game, you will also be disqualified. There are arena specialties in the sea off the field. Small schools of fighting fish are waiting for those who fall into the water. There is hell on and off the field. This is the bullfighting arena. Then get ready to start. With the opening of the host, everyone was cheered up. The first round of the bullfighting arena special event, the 14-player knockout round, the bell rang. Ding. After the bell rang, the players started fighting with all their strength. Every player has his own ability to press the bottom of the box. Of course, Many players have been knocked to the ground before they can use it. More and more players continued to fall into the field, and the bed of fish in the sea off the field easily swallowed the players. The enthusiasm of the audience outside the venue increased without declining, and they all cheered. Naturally, Lin Tian also paid attention to the battle situation outside through seeing and hearing. It feels like a melee. Hey, someone is coming. Lin Tian turned his head and looked to his side. As the female staff fainted one after another, Lin Tian also understood the identity of the person in front of him. Pirate Prince Cavendish? Lin Tian also shined. Don't tell me, I'm used to seeing those crooked melons and split dates. When I suddenly see a beautiful man, I still feel pleasing to the eye. However, I don't like other people pretending to be in front of me. No resistance. Too beautiful. Almost all the female staff passed out, leaving only the male staff. Cavendish has blonde hair, clear eyes and fair skin. Except for his voice and chest muscles, it is easy to be mistaken for a woman. Haha. Hello everyone. Cavendish also conjured a rose. The last dark fruit will belong to me, yes. Only I deserve to have such a powerful ability. Cavendish said to himself. My name is Cavendish, the captain of the handsome pirate group. I shouldn't introduce myself, because people who don't know me simply don't exist. Cavendish said. Excuse me, I also just said Lin Tian deliberately. Sorry. Cavendish was speechless for a while. I hadn't really heard of you before. It's so beautiful. The white horse pirate noble son. Cavendish. So handsome. The female staff are also fascinated by Cavendish's appearance. Cavendish seemed to enjoy this effect. The sin of beauty is so heavy. It's like the perfect existence of this rose. Lin Tian couldn't help it when he heard this. Oh, who are you guys? Why do you frequently tear down my station? Cavendish also looked at Lin Tian and asked. I'm sorry, it's a bit disgusting. I didn't mean Lin Tian couldn't stand Cavendish like this, so I hurried to another place to throw up. I happened to run into a female swordsman with pink hair and a helmet. This is Rebecca. Thank you for killing that giant man just now. It's okay. Rebecca. Lin Tian thought secretly. The daughter of Cyrus and Scarlet, the granddaughter of King Liku? Hello. You are called Death, but I don't think you are that evil. Rebecca said. Yes. Death will only take away the life of the damned person. By the way, this. Do you know the bronze statue? Can you tell me about it? Did you say this? Rebecca also explained. That bronze statue is a legendary character. He is Cyrus, the strongest sword fighter in the history of the bullfighting arena, a man who has won 3,000 battles without defeat. During the period, I was only cut by the opponent's attack. Are there any more? It seems to be very active here until 20 years ago, but no one in this country knows about him. No matter the old people in the country, the sword fighters, no one has seen him. This is Dries Rose's most incredible bronze statue. Does the sword fighter Cyrus really exist or has someone fabricated it? I don't know when it started. For some reason, this bronze statue was erected here. All we know is the biography engraved on the base. Although no one knows him, no one plans to remove this bronze statue. This is also a very incredible thing. Lin Tian thought in his heart. It seems that even she can't recognize Cyrus under the influence of sugar. The power of sugar seems to have the power of law in it, but it seems that I am not affected by this law. I want this ability. Lin Tian smiled involuntarily. What's the matter, don't you believe in the existence of Cyrus? Rebecca asked. Lin Tian shook his head and said, believe me, Cyrus exists and is inextricably related to you, but the people of Dressrosa have all been deleted from this memory. What? Is this really the case? No wonder everyone doesn't know Cyrus. But does memory deletion really exist? Rebecca tried to think about it, but it was completely blank. Okay, Rebecca, don't think about it. The memory has been deleted. You can't remember it. Toys can run all over the floor. It is not unacceptable to delete the memory. Don't worry, it will come out sooner or later. Believe me, give it to me. Lin Tian also comforted him, and then looked at the bronze statue of Cyrus carefully. Unexpectedly, a group of tall contestants walked out from the side, and laughed at Rebecca. Haha. Invincible girl, we also look forward to your performance today. Just now let's get rid of your anger, that the person who bullied you all the time was actually killed by a monster. Haha. Stupid. Don't expose people's shortcomings. Everyone is looking forward to your being knocked down. Ha ha ha. The group made fun of Rebecca, and they also planned to leave here to prepare for the next game. Hey. Who do you say is a monster? Lin Tian also looked at the group of blind ruthless people with a smile. That's right, it's you. The group of people only saw Lin Tian. F*K. This is the monster that just killed that guy. Hey. Stop. Otherwise you will be disqualified from the competition. Am I afraid? Lin Tian also lightly touched these people, and these people disappeared in an instant. Grim Reaper. Rebecca said. It's okay, they won't cancel my qualification. What zone are you in? I am a zone. Reika said. I am the district, come on, I hope you can survive. Lin Tian said that at this time, Bai had also come to an end, and it was a man named Stoya who won the victory. The champion is the face man Stoya, the host announced, and then Stoya began to tear his mask to pieces, revealing his true face. Wow. It's a fighting champion. Bashes. The host also introduced. Bashes, the champion who once participated in the world fighting competition. Stoya's true identity turned out to be Bashes. Naturally, Lin Tian knew that this was the Blackbeard pirate group, one of the future 4 emperors, the captain of the first ship, the fighting champion, Bashes. The audience cheered. Wow. Good Bashes. Go on. Crush the players below. The audience is fanatical for the strong. In the bullfighting arena, Fujitora has also begun to walk outside the arena. Assemble the navy and send 5 warships over to help me calculate the number of spectators in the arena. Yes. Mr. Smile. The navy had already cast the ground on the 5 bodies that Fujitora admired, and it was immediately. Go to the mission. The navy has already started to move. It seems that I will move faster. Lin Tian also walked to the place to watch the game, because he is a district, and the game still has to start. At this time, the navy has begun to gather, and countless pirates don't know that they have become a turtle in the urn. The lieutenant admiral and the rear admiral are also as numerous as a cow, Fujitora as the pioneer, and the yellow ape as a reinforcement force arrived at Dressrosa at the same time. Located in the northwest of Dressrosa, the Caesar's trading team also saw Zero. Are people from the world government also here? Kuzan also lowered his head and continued to drink coffee. Who is that? Perona asked. The world government is secretly directly under the espionage organization, but Zero directly obeys the dragon people. Robin also explained, and then lowered his head. It seems that Dressrosa is about to become a mess, and I don't know how Lin Tian's plan is going. Luo is also uncertain. Hey, you must protect my safety. Caesar also said in fear of death, close your pit. Perona also threatened. Say one more sentence and it will make you worse off than life. I know. Caesar quickly closed his mouth. And Zauba, Espagu, Da and Ain, who are on the Reaper, are also waiting boringly. Suddenly, there was a commotion, and everyone was vigilant and walked inside. And in the bullfighting arena, the supernova Tolomeo of the district has also appeared just like the original. The cruel lunatic, many new pirates pierced and burned and made video transmissions, as well as the wanton shelling and burning of civilians, all made him the most wanting to disappear. First place in the ranking, Pirate Bartolomeo. Following the introduction of the host, a green-haired cannibal with a nose ring walked out of the scene, not only late, but also digging his nostrils in public, then pointed at the audience, and said arrogantly. Everyone go to hell, as expected aroused all. The audience's anger, almost no one likes to abuse the audience's players. What nonsense, get out, asshole, go back. The audience was full of anger, picked up things casually, and smashed at him, showing how unwelcome he is. Ha ha ha. Bartolomeo avoided these items and became even more arrogant. This kid is really interesting. The ability is also good. I want it too, maybe I can awaken some unusually powerful ability in the future. Lin Tian thought secretly. Bartolomeo threw a 1 black ball directly at the audience. The audience thought it was a bomb. Then they all selfishly pushed around. In order to protect themselves, no one was modest, everyone. I rushed to escape, but there were too many people in the field, and everyone was stuck. The black ball finally landed on the steps, but there was no explosion. Huh. It's really ugly. The ball thrown by Bartolomeo was not a bomb, but it exploded the selfish hearts of the audience in front of him. Bartolomeo, who seems arrogant and confused, actually sees the selfish nature of most humans, and it is not as simple as it looks. Lin Tian also looked at Bartolomeo and said in his heart. After that, Lin Tian saw Bellamy, who had once appeared in Gaia. I remember that I just defeated him before, but didn't kill him. Sure enough, the plot of the original book was pushed to this point abruptly. Lin Tian also thought in surprise. I respect and love our king, Doflamingo, and bring back a huge golden pillar from a distant country, and dedicate it to the king to swear allegiance to the king, and then relentlessly ridicule the cities and towns of those countries that ridicule our country as a barbaric pirate kingdom, destroy them, make them surrender and obey. He is Dressrosa's fierce bomb. This man finally got the chance to be gifted by the king this time. Could it be? What? Many boys and girls are crazy about it. At this grand meeting held today, This man decided to use his victory to realize his long-cherished wish for many years, and he was promoted to a cadre of the Don Quixote family. He is one of the pirates in this competition, Bellamy the hyena. The cheers of the audience were amazing, and countless girls were crazy about it. Looking at this scene, Lin Tian naturally understood that after all, Dover has ruled this country for nearly 10 years, and is loved by the vast majority of people who do not understand the truth. For Bellamy's efforts, everyone is a kind of envy and yearning. That the king's fist is not bad, and his military division, also a little bit of strength. The blue-haired man of the long-legged family has good leg skills. Man with chains, let's make a living, and that the sword fighter wearing a mask has a huge aura. There are also the two pirates, the Murloc, Bellamy and Bartolomeo. The others don't need to be seen, they are all rubbish. There are 10 people in total. It is estimated that the champion of this district was born among these people. Lin Tian also continued to plan to watch. Next, the war of elimination of the district officially begins. Then the iron bridge was put away. 140 people 140 began the big melee. If you die in the circle, you will be disqualified if you move out of the circle. Only one person can survive. Now the bell is ringing. Ding. With a clear voice, 140 and 140 pirates all began to fight wildly. Ding. The sound of the war bell came, and 140 and 140 pirates all began to fight frantically. Just as Lin Tian expected, Bellamy, who has the fruit ability, also knocked down many opponents, and the strong with the huge pop hammer also broke many players out of the ring and fell into the ring. The contestants have undoubtedly become delicacies for small fighting fish schools. That mysterious sword fighter, holding swords in both hands, with his decent strength also knocked down countless players. In the fierce melee, half of the number was soon left. Hey, the team is pretty good. Lin Tian also watched the excitement. Well, half of the players are eliminated. The next is the real climax. The host was also bloody, pushing the atmosphere to a climax. Murloc Haku made one-handed Murloc karate and also completed 17 kills. This guy seems to be Shi Ping's friend. Lin Tian watched. A pirate who didn't know his interest picked up a spiked iron rod to provoke Haku. Despite Murloc, I am ashamed to participate in the human race, monster. Say a word. Smelly salted fish. It's sad Hakudao. Poor puppet who can't even speak human words. How about talking with a fist? Is it right? Let me break your proud fist. After speaking, the pirate raised the wolf-fanged stick in his hand and smashed it at Haku with all his strength. Who knows that Haku easily grabbed the barb of the mace in the man's hand, and then shouted, 4,000 watts punches. With a punch, the huge Luluo was out of the ring, and it fell into the water, which inevitably became the food for the fighting fish school. Haku also completed 18 kills in the cheers of the entire audience. Awesome. Haku. I have already killed 18. Just as my good friend Jinping has become our hope, fisting will surely find the way to friendship and harmony, so I will fight to the end. Haku said squarely, the mysterious sword fighter Richie who appears like a comet. It seems that it is also very likely to become a key figure in the district. Nicholas had also killed 16 people, and then killed 2 sword and shield fighters with lightning speed, and also completed a good score of 18 kills. The fierce combination, Jet and Abdullah also used despicable and shameless attack methods to kill 10 players in one breath. Then the two were also preparing to rush to the king and take the giant meteor hammer. Oh. Brugali is approaching Elisabello II's legion. The host explained. However, the blue-haired and long-legged Bruggy has already made the first step, and his kicking skills are extremely good. His feet are as powerful as iron whips, and they have knocked down a lot of players. It's so powerful. Bruggy's kick is blooming again. The men of Elisabello too have also been cleaned up a lot. Such a weak army, the king's life. Bruga also provokes with a smirk. Okay. Bruga turned his head and saw Leech, the sword fighter in a pose. Abu Dola and Tanger have started. The host also changed the conversation. Tang Jie was holding a giant meteor hammer in his hand, and was finally left and right by Jet and Abu Dola. Pinched attack, wounded and passed out. Dress Rose's self-defense force captain, Rapond is out. In a blink of an eye, more than 100 people have been disqualified, and there are only more than 30 people left in the arena. The host explained. General da Gama, the sergeant of King Elisabello II of the Rhodes Kingdom, said, stay for a while, no matter what. How difficult is the rest of the guys? As long as we have our king's fist, all is not a problem. The army led by the Sergeant da Gama is ready to defend, and when will Elisabello II's Nirvana King's fist be activated? Lin Tian was also interested and said, the king of One Punch Man doesn't know that he can defeat the 4 emperors with one punch. What he said is true or false? Bellamy also launched an attack on Jet and Abudola, but he was killed in an instant. A fierce combination of two. These words of cruelty and viciousness exist for this man. The host said excitedly. Sure enough, the strongest enemy of Elizabero II is this man. And here is the fight against the fighters, Brugali and the mysterious swordfighter Nicholas. The battle between the two powerful players has also begun. Bellamy, Bruga, Nicholas, Haku, Dagama, Eliza Bello II. It seems that the champion was born here. Oh my god. What is he doing? What? Even the host was shocked. Ha ha ha. Lin Tian smiled when he saw it. Ah. It's really speechless. To what extent is this guy trying to fool others, Bartolomeo? The host is also unable to set up a channel. Why no one came to beat this guy flying? Get out. The audience was also extremely angry. It turned out that Bartolomeo, in front of the audience, began to urinate. It is the biggest scandal in the history of this arena. The host also said unbelievably, wow, that's cool. Bartolomeo also completely ignored other people's ideas. Finally, the Murloc Haku couldn't help rushing forward and said, someone still takes this contest seriously. Little devil. I'm going to sneak attack from behind. Forgive me. Hey. Stop it. How can you take advantage of the fire like this? Bartolomeo was afraid. Lin Tian smiled and thought, this guy is acting again. Why don't I like someone acting in front of me? It's not a group, otherwise I can't help it. Haha, the battle is still going on. 4000 watts Jungchuan. Haku also hit Bartolomeo with one punch, and the audience was abnormally relieved and cheered. However, Bartolomeo continued to hush motionless, but Haku the Murloc lay on the ground with one hand in pain. What did he do? It was Haku who fell down. What the hell was going on? The host was also shocked. Are you a monster, Bartolomeo? The host also questioned loudly. Ha ha. Bartolomeo then kicked Haku fainted. This guy's barrier fruit is a bit strong. The defensive skills with space attributes can also be used as attack skills. It's really good. I don't know how strong it is after awakening. Lin Tian was also jealous. Haku was defeated. The host announced the result in surprise. I didn't touch the opponent's finger at all, so I retired. What exactly did Bartolomeo do? Damn. Haku. I also support him. I was given the third place by that coxcomb. The host brought emotions, and the female staff also immediately. Persuade. Mr. Gaz, the commentator must be fair and neutral, and calm down. It is still unclear who will die. There are currently 24 players left in the district. Come on. Solve you one by one, Bartolomeo said. The mysterious swordfighter Rich was finally defeated by the long-legged blue-haired male Brugali. Without the block of the powerful faction, Bruga attacked the contestant beside Dagama. Bruggy easily kicked the remaining contestants. In the end, Dagama betrayed him. Contestants who joined hands. What? How come? The players who are cut are not allowed to talk. Only then did everyone understand that it turned out that all of this was a conspiracy of Dagama. Sorry. My mission from the beginning was to kill the running dogs. Bruggy said. Have you teamed up? It turned out to be ready to Yinis from the beginning. Ha ha ha. I will pay you a penny, and your mission is over here. Dagama said with an expression of success in the conspiracy. Dagama. This group of overcast contestants rushed to Dagama desperately, but was eventually kicked by Bruga. And Dagama is also ready to stab Bruga in the back. However, Bruga made a flying kick and hit Dagama. Dagama shouted in disbelief. What? After that, he was disqualified and fell into the water. The military Dagama eventually loses its qualification. The host also announced. For a completely sinister villain like you, I didn't intend to trust you from the beginning. Bruggy said. Good job, handsome guy with long legs. Master Bruggy. So handsome. Cheers came from the audience again. And Lin Tian shook his head and said to himself, it's really a race to see the insidiousness of mankind. On the other side, Bellamy also rushed towards Bartolomeo. However, Bartolomeo didn't move much, and Bellamy was shot directly into the air. The audience was shocked. It turned out to be Bellamy who launched the attack. What did Bartolomeo do? The host also asked inexplicably. Bellamy, like Haku, injured himself by launching an attack. What did that guy do? The audience was also talking about it. Bellamy also struggled to stand up and asked. What did this guy just do? Don't be kidding. I don't have the time to fight hard in a place like this. Bellamy thought of Dover finally standing up again, spurring Spring Fruit's ability, and rushing to Bartolomeo again. Spring Fist. Bellamy made a big move and really hit Bartolomeo, but Bartolomeo smirked. In an instant, Bellamy was shot again, bloody. The audience fell into silence again. Bellamy was dying and looked at Bartolomeo in shock and muttered, "What kind of ability is this guy?" "Ha ha 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 ha." Bartolome smiled triumphantly. "Bellamy. Come on. Bellamy." Many spectators in the audience began to cheer for Bellamy. "What are you going to do next, Eliza Bello?" Brugge asked with a smirk. There should be no more miserable guy than the Polish commander, and Elizabello too is still warming up for his king's fist. Due to Da Gamma's backlash, this group of contestants also showed unkind eyes at Elizabello too. "Everyone is staring at you, just now. The guys who are your shields, all staring at you." Brugge said with a smirk. "How can you resist without Da Gamma?" As soon as Brugge's voice fell, Elizabello too stopped warming up. "Sure enough, I felt a strong momentum," Lin Tian said. "It seems that the king's fist is ready." At this time, Eliza Bello too also showed a confident expression and said, "Da Gamma has done a good job, the time is ripe, and then all you need to do is punch. It's actually you who have been protected by that formation. There is nothing in the world more dangerous than an unsheathed sword. That's right, kid." Eliza Bello too said with a confident smile, "Break the enemy's fortress with one punch. A punch that can defeat even the 4 emperors? Impossible. Really want to be like this? Wouldn't our audience all get hurt?" The audience also began to have a premonition of anxiety. With Elizabello too as the center, the arena began to vibrate, and his body was steaming, making the uneasiness of the surrounding audience infinitely magnified. "Hey! Run! Oh no!" The uneasy emotions were infinitely magnified, and the audience also began to panic and flee. Could it be that the previous incident was true? The host asked. Even the battle between Bartolomeo and Bellamy stopped, and the two looked at Elizabello II's direction. The muscles of Elizabello II's arms began to grow explosively, and the blood vessels also burst. He shouted slowly and loudly, "King, quick! Kill Elizabello!" Shooting the moon-flying legs. Brugge also felt that he was attacking Eliza Bello. Fist. Elizabello II's attack was finally successfully sent out, and the entire arena was instantly flooded by a huge light. The huge waves of air and smoke instantly concealed everyone's sight. There was a loud noise from the bullfighting arena. The people outside the venue were also panicked, not knowing what happened. What happened in the arena? The people wondered. The smoke and dust in the venue finally dissipated, and the host raised his head but saw an amazing scene. He immediately explained. "What a terrible power this is. There can be no survivors on the court after this punch." Elizabello too, with just one heavy punch, all the enemies were swept away. "That's amazing." The host was also shocked, and said shockedly. Elizabello too was also panting, and it could be seen that this blow was really hard. "It's amazing. Kill all opponents with one move. Wow. It's so terrible." All the audience was boiling, cheering for Elizabello too. And Elizabello too also raised his right hand as it should be, as if waiting for the host to announce the championship. Bellamy, Brugge, and other seeded players are all out. The survival of the remaining knockouts, the ultimate winner is. The audience saw an incredible scene. Hey, look. There are still people in the field. It's there. The reason why the front auditorium was not blown away was because that guy blocked a punch. Lin Tian's eyes lit up again. This king's fist is really amazing, but defeating the 4 emperors may be a bit exaggerated. The barrier fruit, the defensive power is really amazing, it is not leaking. Following Lin Tian's evaluation, Bartolomeo also laughed. Haha, protective barrier. As long as you twist your fingers, you can spread the protective barrier around. This is common sense, even the little devil knows. I am the barrier person who ate the barrier fruit. Humph, barrier impact. Bartolomeo directly controlled the barrier and hit Elizabello too, and Elizabello too was immediately unconscious. The audience was shocked again. The host reluctantly announced, Battle King Elizabello II can't fight anymore. The winner of the district is really damn Bartolomeo. Ha ha ha. Go to hell all. Bartolomeo once again challenged the audience. Humph. Disappear for me. Do not make jokes. Although the audience, no matter how annoying it is. He, Bartolomeo, eventually won the district championship. Surely give the dark fruit to that person. Bartolomeo also said with a smile. Which person? Lin Tian was also puzzled. Isn't Bartolomeo's idol in the original Luffy not Luffy? Now Luffy shouldn't go to sea yet. Who is his idol? If you have a chance, you will know it. Now it's time to prepare for the battle in the district I'm in. Lin Tian said that he was also ready to play. Kuzan, Trafalgaro, Robin, Perona, and Caesar walked to the place agreed by Dover. This iron bridge has been reinforced many times, so there should be no problem, right? Perona also said uncertainly. It doesn't matter if Shilululu is fighting fish. Caesar comforted. If the bridge collapses, we will be crushed by the fighting fish. Robin thought for a moment and said, Robin, you change your bad habit of poisonous tongue. Perona was also unable to complain. Suddenly, something wrong came from under the bridge. Come yet, Kuzan also stopped. What sound? Hey, look at that. Caesar also pointed to the distance and shouted in horror. A huge fish shadow passed through the sea, and then jumped directly to the surface of the sea, flexibly submerged in the sea. So big. Perona said in surprise. This thing shouldn't be called fish anymore. Caesar also said in shock. I thought it would be a fish, it was a monster. Robin also said. Here again, Perona said everywhere too. It seems that there is more than one. Luo also said, and then Kuzan watched. Hey, Mr. Kuzan. Kuzan also stopped his pace, turned his head, and everyone said, what happened? Your reaction is too slow. Perona couldn't help but vomit. As soon as the voice fell, countless huge fighting fish slammed into everyone. A huge tree with thousands of red colors. Palm. Robin crossed his arms and used a big move, and instantly stunned all the fighting fish around him in the sea. Ghost bomb. Perona also directly summoned the ghost, and the ghost flew to the side of the fighting fish in an instant, and then directly exploded. Also let Caesar fight. His heart is here. Luo also took out Caesar's heart. Caesar had no choice but to open his mouth. The gas blasts the light waves. Killed countless fighting fish. Hey, why don't you make a move? Perona asked. Yes, don't give it all to me. Caesar also said. Our enemy is Doflamingo. I want to keep my strength as much as possible. I want to kill him by myself. Luo also said seriously. Kuzan, why don't you take action? Why let us two girls do the work? Perona asked. Didn't you solve it well? Look at it, the bridge in front of you collapsed, it's really troublesome. Kuzan also saw the fighting fish not far in front and said, Dear players, there are fighting fish in front too. I will leave it to you. Oh my god. You captain, why don't you do anything at all? Perona couldn't help but vomit. The moment the fighting fish rushed over, the fighting fish was caught in the net. Caught it. Caught it. Pull it. Today is a decisive battle. Use the fighting fish stew to replenish your energy. Good. Perona asked. Whose voice is the inhabitant of the island? Isn't it an uninhabited island? Robin also asked puzzledly. Oh, there seems to be something incredible on the other side, and Kuzan also said. Regardless of so many, anyway, let's hurry up now. Luo also said, Caesar, fly to the other side. So Caesar took Luo and Robin Kuzan to fly together, and Perona could fly, so Caesar didn't have any trouble. Finally, the Caesar's trading team arrived at Grimbit Island to the north of Dressrosa. What the hell was that just now? Luo also asked puzzledly. The sea is full of shipwrecks destroyed by fighting fish. Robin said, What is that? Perona asked. Huge plant, Kuzan also said to himself, and then Kuzan also saw a navy warship. It seems that the unlucky warship was hit here by the fighting fish. It was really just done by the fighting fish school. Kuzan was also skeptical. If there is a navy, stop trading quickly. Kiwahai has already been resigned. I can no longer protect me by law. Caesar said anxiously. The navy is now our enemy. Luo said. Just trouble Ms. Perona and Ms. Robin to patrol and collect information. Kuzan said. Little brother Luo and I are preparing to trade with Doflamingo to ensure the safety of Caesar. Perona shook her head, and finally reluctantly entered Greenbit with Robin. But after a long time, Perona and Robin saw that the navy soldier was robbed of the rifle and clothes by the mysterious figure. In the end, Robin used his abilities to capture a villain. Oh my god, what is this? Perona asked in shock. Probably it's a villain, as expected, it's a villain. Perona was also about to fall out of her eyes. It's over, you have to find a way quickly, he was caught. The little human race's disgust. Hey, I heard someone talking. Perona said. Anesthesia. Suddenly a puff of smoke spread, and Perona and Robin saw that the domineering color had been turned on unconsciously. After pretending to be fainted, Robin fainted. Perona knowingly closed her eyes and fell asleep. How to deal with them? Since we have seen our true bodies, we can only get rid of them. Then Perona and Robin were taken to the kingdom of the villain. Perona and Robin were sewn to the ground by their ability to sow fruits, and the two were not pretending to sleep either. You are evil adults. I am Leo, a warrior of the Dongtada clan. Mr. Leo, where is this place? Robin asked. This is the kingdom of Dongtada. You have seen our true body, we will not spare you. Leo said. I'm just curious, I never thought about hurting you. Robin said. Really, who believes such lies? Leo said. It is true. Robin confirmed again. If it's true, Then forget it, Leo believed Robin in an instant and released Robin, making Robin a little unbelievable. I believe in others so easily. Perona was also a little helpless, and was finally untied. Hey! Leo, what are you doing? An old man suddenly walked out. Master Dongtada. This person is a good person. How can that be? But she said so herself. Ah. That's all right, the patriarch said. Ah. Believe it again, the whole clan is so gullible that Robin is shocked once again. Because the Dongtada clan easily believed in the characteristics of others, Robin and Perona did not fall into any danger at all, and the Dongtada clan finally treated Robin and Perona graciously. Robin took advantage of the fact that the time had not come, and used Wawa's clone to explain the situation of himself and Perona. Kuzan and Luo Zheng were about to hide Caesar and ambushed Ming, but they saw the Admiral Fujitora and the Navy. Navy and Navy. Sa said in horror. Fujitora walked the road for a long time with a stick, and asked, "You are Mr. Trafalgaro, this one next to it? The new General Fujitora?" Luo also felt a little bad. Admiral Fujitora. This is a former general, Kuzan Green Pheasant. Said the Navy. At this time, in the bullfighting arena of Dressrosa, there were still cheers and loud voices, because the battle in the district was about to begin. Lin Tian also found a cool windbreaker, with a mask, completely disguised himself into a knight. Okay. Battle match. Once the arena is repaired, immediately. Begin. Participants, please gather at the entrance. Oh, it's me. Lin Tian didn't slow down to the entrance. Repeat. Please choose to gather at the entrance. Then Lin Tian also turned on his chi. Lin Tian's domineering vision not only has the ability to predict the future, but also the ability to detect the strength of people, and can even locate the location of familiar people, and then teleport to the past through the ability of blinking fruit. Next, let's introduce the notable players. New World, Central Fighting Club 2 Overlord, Destroyer Cannon, Idio. The pirates who offer a reward of over 100 million will not be let go, the brutal killer Brother Fanky. A fighter in the distant giant country Albif, the strongest pirate mercenary Helding. There's more. All the prey on the top will use cruel methods to bring them to desperation, chase and strip them of John. Who can stop the god of death in this bull arena? Ruthless Bull. There are also seated players, gangsters from the land of flowers, Kai, Bu, and the legendary pirate, the leader of the Green Pepper. In addition, there are many masters participating. The competition will definitely be exciting. Please look forward to the exciting battle in the district. With the introduction of the host, the scene became hot again. Without me, the information is blank. I am normal without introducing me. Lin Tian also looked at the people around him, and thought, in the end, my opponent is still the same as the original. This is really strange. Is it because the number of luck points obtained by defeating the enemy has changed the original timeline? It is possible that at this time the players in all regions are ready to go. Next. The hands of the district are already eager to try. Who will get it? The host said. The players on the field are also full of gunpowder because of some quarrels. Of course no one cares about Lin Tian. Except for the style, it doesn't have any reputation, so there is nothing attractive. The iron bridge was finally put down, and all the district players walked into the arena impatiently. All the people were fierce and wanted to turn the mysterious dark fruit into something in the bag. Okay. The 14 players in the district have gathered in the field to survive the knockout. Who will get the winner? Now the bell for the start of the game. Ring. With a clear ding sound, the audience jumped for cheers and the game began. Lin Tian wore a windbreaker, a face mask, a hat on his head, and 2 knives around his waist, all wrapped up tightly, completely dressed as a knight from the previous life. The 140 players on the field began to fight, and Lin Tian stood in the crowd in a low-key manner, waiting for them to be wiped out. Almost no one took the initiative to attack Lin Tian, so Lin Tian was idle for a while. Is it because I'm too weak? Lin Tian also smiled slightly, but it happened that someone holding a giant hammer attacked Lin Tian. I want to smash you, then let you fall into the water. That person smashed Lin Tian arrogantly, and countless viewers wanted to see the scene where Lin Tian was smashed into meat sauce. Lin Tian was motionless. People who didn't know thought he had been scared stupid by others. Unexpectedly, a shocking scene happened. The sledgehammer clearly hit Lin Tian, but Lin Tian was unharmed. Not only was he not killed by a hammer, he did not fly backwards. It's so weak, you don't need hands and feet. Lin Tian said. Arrogant, I dare to look down upon me. The man swung the sledgehammer in his hand and smashed it towards Lin Tian. However, Lin Tian took a breath, and then blew it out to the giant man. In an instant, a gust of wind roared, and the giant man could not resist the swift wind. In the end, Lin Tian was directly blown out of the field. What? How did you do that? It just took a breath. The audience outside the venue was shocked, and the host quickly explained, "Oh my god. What did I see? The player's death actually blew a contestant out of the court in one breath. His breath is so strong. Are you capable? Next, I will be your opponent." Due to the increasing popularity of Lin Tian, many contestants regarded Lin Tian as an opponent of the same level, and rushed towards Lin Tian one by one. Unfortunately, these people who challenged Lin Tian were all blown out of the court by Lin Tian in one breath. The strength of these people is too low, I'm too lazy to know how to do it. Lin Tian said, "This guy is amazing, let's clean him up first." The surrounding people counted up, so they were ready to attack Lin Tian together. No matter how many ants are ants, they are still ants. Go. The guys rushed towards Lin Tian at the same time. Lin Tian appeared behind the enemy with a teleport, and then took a breath as usual and exhaled. Suddenly, there was a direct wave of air, and the weaker ones were blown out of the ring without resistance, and the stronger ones were also blown down in the field and unable to move. He didn't dare to attack Lin Tian. Wow. The Grim Reaper has blown countless players out of the field in just a few breaths. Wow. So handsome. What a great god of death. Unexpectedly, I didn't use my hands or feet, I just used air to defeat the opponent. Lin Tian's strength has once again won the support and cheers of the audience. And the beach is southeast of Greenbit. When Fujitora and the Green Pheasant were facing each other, Luo had already seen the problem from the arrival of the navy, and at the same time, Doflamingo also descended from the sky. It's really unexpected. The admiral and the former admiral are here. This is really unexpected. Luo. Doflamingo looked at Luo and said, "Wow." Saw Dover also exclaimed excitedly. Luo also shook his head and said directly, "Doflamingo, you use the power of the world government to deceive us just to deceive a dozen or so people, then go to deceive the world. The bigger the magic show, the simpler the doorway, Luo." Doflamingo said, "People's common sense that it is impossible for this kind of thing to happen. Fixed ideas often give birth to blind spots. Even if you can think of this method, it is impossible to do it. You are just a pirate, and the bureau is considered to be Kiwahai, and you are on the throne. It is impossible to have this kind of authority to publish fake news to the world. If anyone can do such an unthinkable thing, in this world, I'm afraid there are only Tianlong people." Dover, I didn't expect you to be a celestial dragon. Luo also confirmed to Doflamingo. "Oh. Did you guess it? The water here is always much deeper than you can think of. My purpose is only one, Luo, in short, I just want to kill you now." Dover's forehead burst into blue veins. Really, it turns out that the final situation is the same as that of that person. If there is no two-handed preparation, it seems difficult to handle it. Luo smiled again. "You have no fear, don't you know if your confidence is because of the former General Ching Pheasant?" Doflamingo said indifferently. "At least I'm still Kiwahai, the pheasant. I am already a pirate now, the current general should not be merciful to the two pirates, right?" Doflamingo also said to the quasi-supplier Fujitora. "Sir Smile, the one with Luo now is Caesar Current." The Navy reported. "Is it that? The scientist who caused the poisonous gas accident? Just say that, if you say that he is your part of Kiwahai. Next, we have no reason to arrest him, we can only pardon him." Fujitor looked at Doflamingo and said, "However, even if the former general has joined the pirate camp, I will not be merciful." Fujitora stared at Kuzan and said, "Hey, it's you, Fujitora, who was exceptionally promoted to Admiral of the Admiral when he was recruited in the New World." Doflamingo said politely, "Long admired the name." Fujitora also responded, "I heard that you and the new general, Green Bull, are both superb monsters." Doflamingo said politely again, "Thanks to the praise, the old man may not dare to talk as a new recruit who has just enlisted in the army. It may not be appropriate. However, your previous behavior is really puzzling. Although you have not yet obtained the relevant specific evidence, you have violated the information of Kiwahei's relevant regulations. I have heard a lot, and the name that the one called you just now, is it another name for you?" Dover did not expect that Fujitor would suddenly reveal his shortcomings, and smiled. "Hey, if you want to investigate me, you can, as long as there is a corresponding awareness. I want to ask the Navy how to deal with Luo this time. General Green Pheasant." Dover once again caused trouble. Fujitor said, "If the news reports about the alliance with the fifth Emperor of Death, Lin Tian, are consistent with the report, if the two parties are alliances, it will be black. If they just become an alliance." After taking the words of Mr. Luo's subordinates, Bai Tengu immediately held his cane knife and said, "According to your next answer, Mr. Luo, the work of the old man and his party this time may turn into arresting you and Lin Tian. Hello. What standard is this?" Caesar also complained. If you tell a lie, it will be settled. We have now become the Navy's goal, let's delay and buy time. Luo finally said. We are not in a relationship between superiors and superiors. As the report said, I and them are allies. Huh. What a fool. Doflamingo said with a smile. Then deprive you of your title, and the report does not need to be corrected. Fujitora also directly drew out the cane knife and swiped into the sky. A purple halo flew to the sky instantly. Suddenly, there was a sound of breaking through the air, and a firelight fell from the sky. A real meteorite. Luo also didn't expect that Fujitora would have such an incredible ability. No. Caesar was also shocked. Kuzan raised his head, and his sunglasses were illuminated by the firelight. What a joke. Doflamingo couldn't help but say. Run. The meteorite has fallen. The Navy also began to look for cover. Luo also directly used the power of the fruit of the operation, and cut the meteorite in half with a single knife, and the other half hit Dover. He also grabbed two of the left and right hands, and the thread in his hand chopped the meteorite into pieces. The other half of the meteorite fell towards Fujitora, and Fujitora slashed into the sky again. The blue-violet halo also destroyed the meteorite directly, causing a big explosion. The surrounding area was swallowed by a burst of light in an instant. Everyone closed their eyes and waited for the smoke to dissipate. Except for Fujitora, Kuzan, Dover, and Luo, everything was okay. Other places had been blasted out of a big pit. Ah, Caesar was also surprised and didn't know what to do. The third one, Chief Yishao, I forgot to post it, I'm sorry. Dover also said angrily. How the hell did your marshal teach you? You are a mad dog who bites when you see people. Even if it is a person with sound eyes, how many people can have such terrifying strength? Is the new general's ability to summon meteorites good? Kuzan nodded. The old man is just trying his skills, no wonder, then you will be arrested next, no objection, Mr. Luo. Fujitora asked. You don't think you can escape from the palm of my hand, don't you daydream? Doflamingo looked at Luo and said. It seems that I have to take action too. Otherwise there is no way to explain to that adult. Kuzan also looked at Fujitora and said. At this moment, the Grim Reaper contestant is facing the Cruel Bull. This is the Cruel Bull who dueled with executed prisoners in this arena a few days ago. The Cruel Bull had his eyes, red light, kicking his hooves, and looked very irritable. Killing more than half of the prisoners in the battle is simply a killer cow. The god of death in the arena, he is called a cruel cow. The host introduced. Who came up with how the cow signed up for the competition? Lin Tian was also a little speechless. Look, Cruel Bull rushed towards death. Both are death gods. I don't know who can win. The host asked. Cruel Bull rushed towards Lin Tian with his two horns. It rushed towards the god of death, but the god of death didn't move because of fear. The host asked. The cruel cow has rushed straight in. Lin Tian avoided the cruel bulldozer with a collision attack. Here. Lin Tian didn't know where to get a sword of pure red cloak, and then shouted, Come on, the matador is ready. The atmosphere became a bit dense, and the cruel cow instantly went crazy when he saw the red, and ran into it desperately. However, every time the cruel cow was about to hit the red color, Lin Tian would learn from the bullfighter to change the direction and let the cruel cow hit again. After a short while, Cruel Cow was already panting. It seems that your stamina is almost running out. I'll give you a ride. Lin Tian also put the red cloak in front of the cow again. The cow rushed up frantically, and finally rushed out of the court. Because the cow was too fast, he eventually rushed to the entrance and left the court safely. In Greenbite, due to the fighting that occurred in the upper level, the kingdom of Dongtada was also slightly shaken. The Dongtada family expressed their determination to fight Doflamingo and prepared to go from the underground passage to the flower field. The captain and companions of our King Liku army are waiting for us in Dressrosa, the place of decisive battle. Please take the lead in ordering us to defeat the enemy. We must be able to completely annihilate the Don Quixote family. It's like a tiger with Puro Lando and Robin Lando. You are our heroes. The Dongtada clan who easily believed in others, the responsibility of revenge was handed over to Perona and Robin. The third squad, the Death Squad, was attacked by officials of the Don Quixote family, and the entire cabin was changed to an impressionist style. Xiao Ba, Freud, Espagu, and Ain were all stunned. What kind of ability is this? Xiao Ba asked. I don't know, it hasn't appeared yet, Freud said with his coffee. But it must be done by a cadre of the Don Quixote family. It seems to be a fruitful ability similar to painting. Espagu guessed. Oh my god, East in the cabin. It's so strange that all the painting styles of the West have changed. Ain couldn't help but said. What has actually happened? An old lady threw a cloud of clouds, and then the hatch was twisted into an abstract painting. After the hatch opened, it was an ant who wore a dress and had a serious figure. Her hair was yellow on one side and red on the other side, and there were many scary wrinkles. Really annoying. Really annoying. That's why I hate it. A guy without artistic taste. Who are you? Esbagu asked. Shut up to the old lady. The ant said happily. Who do you think is the mermaid princess? It seems that your ears are not good. Freud patted his head. No one said okay, Xiaoba said. Then, a few people jumped into the boat and said, hey, do you know who this adult is? She is Lord Cora of the Don Quixote family. Yora smiled triumphantly. Ha 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 ha, yes. The art ant Cora in front of me belongs to the Don Quixote family, and is represented by the Toripal army. It doesn't matter who you are and dare to pull on our boat. Xiao Ba is also a god vomit. Hey, Mina, my name is Yora. Freud couldn't help but correct. Then it makes me even more angry, isn't she ashamed to look at us? Xiao Ba is shocked to spit out again. It's disgusting, pulling around on my boat. Have you seen us yet? Esbagu also said angrily. Which way are you angry? Freud and Ain were also unable to complain. Stop talking nonsense. My artistic soul has begun to surge. The surging artistic inspiration overflows from my heart. An inexplicable cloud suddenly appeared on Chiora's head, and then said, it's going to explode, a new liberation of beauty and shock. Chaola smashed the cloud at Xiao Ba. Xiao Ba is very skilled, knowing that this strange thing can't be touched, so he just avoided it. I won't be touched. Freud and Esbaku also moved away. Although Ain was weaker, he also had the strength of a lieutenant general to Kiwahai, and it was more than enough to avoid the attack of a Kiwahai deputy. Huh. I can avoid it once, I don't believe you can avoid it countless times. Yora is again the inspiration to lose art to everyone. Attack me. You ugly. Esbaku provoked, and Chiaora laughed so furiously that he attacked Esbaku one after another, but Freud interfered with Chiora's attack from the side, and in the end no one noticed that Ain had already fall back. Ain had already stood behind Chaola, and then both proceeded. Yora was younger in an instant. Although she was young, Yora 24 years ago did not possess the power of devil fruit. Therefore, Yora and his men were killed by Ain in an instant. Ain, good job. Xiao Ba nodded. This Jola is very weak. Even if the fruit ability hits us, we will not lose combat effectiveness. Freud analyzed. But you can't let it. He insulted the death god so much. Esbagu also nodded and said. Next, just follow the plan. Xiao Ba said. The battle has entered a white-hot stage, but there is still a huge warrior who dominates. The host announced that Dao Lintian was also looking at this warrior. This warrior was naturally a giant pirate who came to love Albif. His muscles burst and his huge figure made countless people feel oppressed. The soldier shook his fist, and in an instant, the trash fish on the field was blown out of the ring. He is a new age warrior from Elbif, the kingdom of giants, the strongest pirate mercenary. Helding, how huge. The host also sighed. The surrounding audience also cheered constantly, and everyone was willing to cheer for the strong. Eat the fruits of darkness. I will create miracles. I will become the king in charge of the entire giant clan. Helding said domineeringly, and once again attacked the other players in the field. His fists are like thunder. Can anyone stop him from moving forward? As soon as the host's voice fell, Lin Tian had already volunteered to step forward. Huh. The self-conscious little guy dared to snatch the dark fruit with me. After he said that, he raised his fist and attacked Lin Tian. Lin Tian was also not afraid. Looking at this attack, he directly raised it with one hand, and easily caught Helding's hammer blow. Oh my god. The Reaper actually caught the heavy punch of the player Helding. The small body has such great power. Needless to say, he will be a dark horse in this competition. The host also introduced it with a high spirit. The audience outside the venue also burst into enthusiastic cheers. Reaper. Good job. Reaper. Beat him. Reaper. It's really strong. You actually held my fist. It seems that you are not an ordinary person. Helding did not say in a panic. Then look at this attack. Helding suddenly changed his fist to his foot and kicked Lin Tian. Lin Tian said, good job, then directly opened the kaleidoscope to right the wheel, and the Shu Zuo Nengu phantom directly covered his body, and Heerding's kicking skills fell on Lin Tian's body. Naturally it was not painful or itchy. What is this? Helding said in surprise. He saw a huge monster that was dressed in armor and very similar to Lin Tian's dress appeared in front of his eyes, and no matter how Helding attacked, Lin Tian was not affected in any way. Oh my god. What kind of trick is this? A gray ghost appeared on the death player's body, just like a death god. Facing the attack of the player Helding, he was unscathed. The host also said in shock. The difference between you and me is too big, Helding. Come down. As soon as Lin Tian's voice fell, he controlled his body and walked towards Helding, easily grasping Ding's body with the Suzhou Nengu. I can't move, Helding said in horror. This ghost. Lin Tian's power to grasp Helding was also getting stronger and stronger, and within 10 seconds, the sea was already suffocated. Lin Tian also let go of Helding, leaving behind a shocking audience and host. After a few seconds, the host talent, so he hurriedly explained, Reaper, he defeated the player Helding so easily. How did he do it? What mysterious ability is the Phantom just now? Wow. Death is so powerful. Reaper actually defeated Helding. It's amazing. Even Helding is defeated. The district champion is no surprise, it should be a god of death. The audience speculated that Lin Tian at this time has become the player that the audience is most concerned about. After all, the stronger the audience, the more exciting the audience will feel. Lin Tian didn't stop for half a minute, and every time he swiped Suzuo's arm, he could sweep the countless Luo on the ring out of the arena. Quick. Kill the god of death. Otherwise, we will all be finished together. That's right. The only thing I have to do now is to practice hands. Countless people saw that Helding was defeated by Lin Tian, so they also chose to join forces. The ants are ants after all, and the gap with me cannot be compensated by the number. After Lin Tian finished speaking, he continued to talk about Suzuo Nengu's arm, like the autumn wind sweeping the fallen leaves. The contestants were swept out of the field one by one. In a short while, there were only a handful of them in the field. Contestants. Lin Tian has become the focus of the audience, because Lin Tian is too strong. As long as it is the target Lin Tian wants to attack, no one can be spared. At this moment, a man walked up to Helding and said, Hey, giants, this is the arena. If you want to sleep, go outside. You are too in the way. Then he knocked Helding into the air with a punch, and even landed on the audience, and finally fell into the sea off the court. The host also couldn't believe it and said, Helding's huge body was blown up by the explosion. What the hell happened here? No, this is not an explosion. Even if Helding exits the field, the area is still strong like a cloud. With that different shoulder, what he swings is an explosion-like punch. Audio. Edio is so strong, yup. Many people in the audience cheered. He is the level 2 champion of the New World Central Fighting Competition, Boxer, Destroyer, Edio. Soon someone couldn't understand Edio and took the initiative to provoke. Shit too, the results of other competitions have nothing to do with this. After that, I also picked up the sword in his hand and slashed at Edio. Yes, the important thing is strength. Edio confidently threw a punch slowly, and it was like a big explosion in an instant. He was knocked down in an instant and passed out. Edio saw Lin Tian not far away arrogantly provoked. I am stronger than you. The champion will be me. The dark fruit will be mine. Lin Tian smiled and said, If you want you to get it, as long as you can pass my level, I will not stop you, but maybe you still don't know the gap between you and me. Humph. Defeated a few Bola and a giant tribe, so I just said that I was really strong. Edio provocatively said, Come on. Let me see if you are talking big. Lin Tian shook his head, and didn't use other abilities. Suzuo Nengu still covered his whole body, and walked towards Edio step by step. It seems. Reaper is about to start a battle with Edio. Who will be able to win? This is really an interesting battle. The host also continued to explain. Edio rushed towards Lin Tian with all his strength.